Okay. All right.
Didn't even give
Yeah.
me any time. Come
Yeah, I
on.
was gonna I was gonna
Ye
yell at the white people ones.
okay, you go ahead. You're free to. I'll turn it on when I need to. Whenever I say that, I've already turned it on.
Don't pay any attention to the
Yeah.
blinking red light.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like
That just
the
means that
police
it's
in
low on
training.
battery and therefore off.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, does anyone remember what may or may not have happened last time for a free attaboy?
So, how much of a recap overall do you need, Metro?
I watched the VODs.
Okay. So, to recap last session, we began our journey to the port city of Stormreach on a diplomatic mission given to us by Prince Orgev of Seer. He knows that there's some refugees in the city of Seerish descent, so he'd like to offer them the invitation to come and join the Mishann colony. Also, he somehow found out that, or at least somehow suspects, I think it's leaning more towards suspects, that the crown of Galifar is also somewhere in Stormreach. So, find it if we can? I don't remember if he gave us a contact to get in touch to about that,
I don't think he
or if it
did.
was just I think it's somewhere here. See what you can
Yeah,
find.
he has serious limits. He's
Right.
it's like the fact that he knows it's there is impressive enough, frankly.
So yeah, the refugees part should be pretty simple. We just have to, go and talk to them, give them a ride back for any who want to go with us. I suspect there may be problems with that. I don't know. They might be an indentured servitude, and we have to break slavery to get them out or something. Who knows? But
Yeah, it's been a running theme. So are we looking for the literal crown? Like the
that's
crown that the king used?
that's what the prince seemed to imply. The crown
Okay.
of Galifar.
Yeah, I thought
It
maybe
was
like I was
The real crown of Galifar was the friends we made along the way.
yeah, that's what I was thinking it was allegorious of something, but it
God
sounds
damn
like
it,
a
Scott.
literal
So, Metro, you in particular be familiar with it as it's the crown that Queen Danelle wears.
Yeah, it's been
Um,
part of the Cyrus regalia in my headcanon since they broke off because Sire had access to, a lot of the royal shit. It was the
yeah,
center.
it,
So
it was the capital, so
yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah. We
yeah.
we should set it on fire then. Like let's
Well,
It's pretty
even
decent.
if you don't have specific loyalties to Seer, it is the single most politically important object in all of Corvair. Because whoever has that has a significantly increased claim to the throne of Galifar. And any
Gotcha.
of the five nations in general. It
Right.
is
Okay.
so important.
So it's like Excalibur, basically. Like it decides on some
It, it
level.
it doesn't like actually decide, but it gives a lot of legitimacy to anyone claiming the throne.
Right.
Like
Okay.
like Prince Orgev can't go to rebuild the throne, and then someone shows up and they're like, "How can he be the king if I have the crown?" It's the kind of thing that comes up a lot in fantasy stories. But I'm not sure if we're gonna actually find the thing. I'm convinced that it's still somewhere in the Mornland, buried under a pile of rubble. But we'll see. We also have at least one other secret mission that I haven't told anyone about yet,
Oh.
and I'm about to now. I don't know if anyone else has secret missions, but Purser has received a assignment from Archbishop Crozin of the Church of the Silver Flame to get in touch with Archbishop Dryden, who is in charge of the church in Stormreach, and help him with a thing. Let me get the exact wording. There's a schism between the heretical beliefs of the majority of the city's faithful, and that he wants help resolving. I don't have any further details regarding that, but we will be paying Archbishop Dryden a visit, and he definitely doesn't worship Belshazzar, so don't worry about that.
Just
but
be an asshole.
So you're
well,
here for conflict resolution, but you don't know what the conflict is.
I know what the conflict is, but I don't have the details.
Okay.
It's like I could get there, and it's not what I'm expecting. So I'm going in with an open mind.
Gotcha.
Depending on the
Hurt to say.
severity. What do you mean? What are you implying?
Purser has grown as a person. That's all.
It's so funny when other people do that to you. This is going to be great. This is beautiful.
So I don't know how severe of an assignment this is going to be, so we'll just kind of play it by ear and see if the entire party is even required for that. But that
And
is the backstory.
yeah, nobody else has any personal stuff that they'll need to do. I'm sure it'll just be straightforward.
Awesome. But we set off on our giant sailing ship. We hired some hirelings from House Lyrandar's sailing guild and set off across the ocean. We ran into the borders of a Kraken Queen's territory. There's apparently been some political changing of hands underwater lately. Purser neither knows nor cares much about what goes on underwater. It's not really his environment. Everything resists fire. So it's apparently a necromancer of some kind. It uses undead spirits and things. One of them tried to collect a tithe from us as we crossed over the territory. It was vastly overpriced, so we decided not to pay, and then we were attacked by a weird shark kraken monstrosity thing. Basically 3 enormous giant sharks sewn together with tentacles. It's a good
Yeah.
time.
So it's
Yeah.
Shark Cerberus.
That's exactly it, but with
Yeah, okay.
tentacles.
Gotcha. That's the most
Yeah.
Eberron-y monster I've ever heard.
Yeah,
But
it's a very Frankenstein-y monster, but underwater.
let's see. Oh, yeah. I have a little thing in game images. You click that, it'll take you up to the last time they saw it and said, nope, and sailed around it. Or something like it. It's
You
not
brought it
necessarily.
back?
Well, it's not necessarily the same thing, but it is the same type of monster. Like it might
Mhm.
it might just not be the same one.
Gotcha. Oh, this thing looks sick.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really big.
it's really big.
So I noticed that we're not on a battle map.
You're not yet. We're getting there.
Okay.
The other thing I would say, Purser, you did forget one teensy little detail. Probably not anything to think too much about, but
I was impaired that day, so I may have missed something.
in a haze of illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prince is he wants you to pick up refugees, but the crown would be great. But the main political reason he asked the party to go is he said,
Hmm.
"Hey, can you guys get the Storm Lords to acknowledge like Mishann as a valid trading partner? And even better yet, acknowledge Mishann as picking up all of the old treaty stuff that they used to have with Seer. Um, that would be great. Because that's sort of his effort. Like he's sort of trying to circumvent the Thronehold thing where they just threw out Seer as a legal nation. With this, he could pick up a little bit of, hey, we still exist. Foreign nations recognize it, that type of shit. Um, so that was what he was hoping. So you'll probably have to do a little bit of meet and greet, shake some hands with Stormlords. They're certain to be reasonable, happy people. And pretty straightforward. In and out, 15 minutes. But
Well, I have a quick like Eberron noob question for how long I've been playing. Is a
Yes,
Stormlord just like a political authority in Stormreach?
that's exactly it. There
Okay, so
are
they're not like lightning demons or anything.
yeah,
no, that's a valid question.
there are 5 noble seats, well, pseudo noble seats that hold power in Stormreach. They're basically like smuggler princes and pirates and things.
Former,
And
but yes, yeah,
yeah, former.
legally.
But they're known as the Coin Lords, and the collective like organization that controls Stormreach are the Storm Lords.
Yep. Yeah, so it's I don't know, think like what was that one horrible pirate city on Barbados in the old times? Or was it Jamaica? I think it was Jamaica.
Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Tortuga, thank you. Yeah, Stormreach is Tortuga if it survived long enough to go legit. That's basically what Stormreach
Mhm.
is.
This place sounds awesome, then.
Yeah.
So yeah, those noble families are descended from like pirates and thieves and stuff, but they've lasted long enough that they're now criminals because they're nobility, not because they're pirates.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but anyways, with that, you are caught up with the immediate goals. Uh, and let me put you guys back on the map. TM. Zoom out here. A lot of that. There we go. Okay. The only thing that is not to scale here is the tokens because your tokens are not actually that big. You guys, there is a full crew here, but they they are not seen. They're more felt if this monster breathes necrotic evil and that kills everything in a certain radius. But beyond that, you should be good. And let me just, as he runs up from below decks, if our new member could roll into initiative, um, he may be able to help out with this terrible problem that's happening.
How do I go about doing that?
Just select your token on the map, and on your sheet, hit initiative.
So another quick problem that will require some alleviation. The ship is controllable by us because we own the token,
Mhm.
and it's hard to select our tokens
That is fair. Let me
with
throw
the
you out
ship
into the
there.
ocean. There you go. Okay. All right, all right. Now you magically teleport back in. Don't pay attention to measurement as far as moving around deck. Otherwise it's just going to get really ridiculous. We're doing a little bit of theater of the mind for you to maneuver. If you want to run over and hop on the gun, you can hop on the gun. If you want to stand on the edge of the ship, if you want to try and jump in the thing's mouth, I wouldn't recommend that. All of these things are viable.
It hasn't been a thing he's threatened to do before.
Yeah, that type of thing. And with that, we're back in initiative order, and it is Balthazar's turn first because Bemi isn't with us, so there's no 48 in initiative. And yeah, Balthazar, this creature used its last turn to swim up and is currently kind of getting ready to sort of do a bit of a squeeze and chomp
Yep.
on the ship.
Well, last turn, I recall bonus actioning to get my maw up, so I'll do it again to get my key, which this time I remember. Did I get I get AoE burst? If that's
Okay.
correct, where is it? Where is it state that?
I believe you. Let me
Dex
do that.
saving throw or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die.
Okay.
It's within
So
10 feet, correct?
I
Yeah.
would say it's more of an area at this point, but yeah, I'd say so.
Alright. Can I
Yeah.
get a dex save? I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's gonna be bad.
I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Open it up. Dex. I mean, that's better than if you had to do a strength. I'll say that much. All right. Wow. Okay. A 3.
It failed. It takes 2 rolls of my martial arts die.
Okay.
Let me do that real quick. So 12 force damage.
All right. Doesn't have resistance to that in any way.
Alright. Then I'll actually begin attacking it.
That's probably a good idea. So you're just
27 and a 15.
punching tentacles as they
Yep.
writhe over the edge of the deck. Okay. 27 hits. 15 does not.
Alright. That'll be 16 force damage.
Okay, okay.
And then I'll flurry.
Fair enough.
Yeah, how about an 18?
18 does hit.
So there'll be another 12 plus 23, 26 damage on top.
Okay.
And it's just for some fun. Make a con save against stunning strike.
Okay, I will do that.
Why not?
Gander. I do remember from last time it used one legendary resistance, assuming it's not just
Mm-hmm.
immune to that. All right, so con save. Yeah, so he should be good at these. Yeah,
All right.
20. He's good.
Oh, he barely makes it.
Got a pretty decent bonus on those.
All right, there's my turn.
Okay, okay. In that case, we will go to Mercy 7. And Mercy, I understand you may still be driving. I would be surprised if you're not.
I'm still driving, but this one should be fairly simple. So far as I remember, I'm on port side 4 of the ship, right?
Indeed.
Okay, I want to drop my Dawn spell so that it's like right up against the edge of the ship over the top of the beast.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
And that's the, I think, what, 4th or 5th level spell that does the ouchies?
Yeah, Dawn is a 5th level spell, and it's
Yes.
a good thing when fighting, especially Mabaran undead. A light shines down on the location you specify. Till the spell ends, a 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder burns bright, glimmers there. This light is sunlight. Each creature in it must make a con saving throw. Creature must also make it whenever it ends its turn. Yeah, sounds good. I'm just gonna place it smack dab in the middle of the creature for now. All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's see if there's a good in the web. Yeah, there we go.
And I am just now turning onto my home street, so I should be able to get my laptop up and running in the next couple of minutes.
Gotcha. Okay. We have a good Mr. Sun shining down on the creature. All right. And let's have it do that con save.
That's an
again.
amazing image.
Let's see. Con save. Con. Okay. 17. Shit roll. Light. So that is a success. Half damage. That's still not bad. Well, if the thing will just work for me here. All right. All right. And now it is the undead's turn, and it doesn't like what you guys have been doing. Pretty irritated, actually. So it, yeah, it's gonna hold off on that. It is going to. Oh yeah. Actually, that's a good one. It is going to use 3 tentacle attacks. Try and grab at Balthazar, Purser, and Jotazo. The goal here is to just grab folks. Balthazar, it's a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. Purser, it is a 26 to hit.
Jesus, that hits.
22 necrotic damage, and you are grappled. Jotazo, 18 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. I wish it had advantage. But yeah, Purser, you are grappled and being held up in the air by a rotting, stinking tentacle.
I have him
And
just where I want him.
yeah, but before that happens, it is going to use bonus action to do life force drain on the person that's grappled.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Let's use first of all, I have to see if it actually hits. It's 17 while it's grappling you. Just start squeezing.
Yeah, 17 misses.
Well, dang. Okay. I think it has to hit for that to work. All right. Well, it's not thrilled about that, and it's just going to dive. And submerge and go on the ship. Purser, you are yeah, the the tentacles whip down in the water, and Purser goes with them. Yeah, that seems like a good turn. And Purser, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm not restrained, right?
Nope, you're just grappled, being
Okay.
dragged along at high velocity.
So first off, I'll cast Air Bubble on myself.
Okay, okay.
For reasons.
Yeah, mysterious ones.
And I'll just take a deep breath of fresh air as I'm getting like dragged along at high speed underwater. And I don't have many bonus actions to do in this peculiar situation. So
Don't you have your celestial summon though?
I do,
Or
but
what?
that acts separately.
Mm. Oh, actually, on that note, I forgot to fill it out. What's its hit points and AC, if you know? I'll fill it in.
It has 40 hit points and 16 AC.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, don't have any bonus actions to do, so I will just move to the Celestial's turn, and it will continue firing upon the Sharken.
Gotcha. And just for my own sanity, I'm gonna say that it goes like right after you.
That that's what the spell says. Yes.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yes.
See, even when I'm not trying, I'm just that good. All right. So
That's a 15 and a crit to hit.
15 does not hit, but the crit does.
Yeah, 23 radiant damage from the crit.
That's pretty good for a summon, especially. I feel like there's probably some personal hostility there.
What is your summon? Can I ask like what it looks like?
So it is a winged snake, a coatl.
Oh,
You've seen one before?
yes, in real life.
Possibly not. Yeah, it has iridescent rainbow wings and fires bolts of silvery rainbow fire.
In hindsight, probably putting an already iffy token on top of one may have been unwise. All right, let's see. There we go. Hey, good news, it's bloody.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And well, that cannon they have on there is not for sure. That thing packs a bit of a wallop. And let's see. Yeah, cool. If that is Purser and Summon's turn,
That's it for
then
Purser.
arriving in a true hero stance, it's from the below decks is one of the people who you brought on board. I feel like pretty much anyone who looked like they wouldn't die when like in a strong breeze was hired. Um, how does our new member introduce himself?
Yeah, so there's not much time to I mean I could go on a like monologue introducing myself if you want, but he's probably recognizing the survival situation. But in terms of just like what you see, there is a 6 foot like very young, kind of like baby faced, but very like kind of statuesque, uh sparkly young man, dressed like head to toe in very visibly on Darren like clothing and armor, with like long flowing golden hair and almost like grayish skin, who looks to be sort of like radiating light almost. They're just like very like you can feel the magical energy that's kind of drips off of them as they get near, and they have a very uh reliable sort of presence. Yeah, you can almost hear the Superman dun da 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 like noise. Um but I'm gonna assume that I could, like, as I was coming up, I could kind of see, like, someone got pulled down. Is that fair to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like as you're coming up, you see like the horde of even in the limited light, there's enough moonlight from the moons in Eberron where it's like you can see the outline of
Oh, is it
something just
nighttime right now?
it is. It's about 9 p.m. You can see
Okay.
the outline of something like horrific or at least part of something. It's so big that a lot of it. At first, you thought it was like maybe snake heads, but at closer inspection, they're tendrils. One of them grabbed one of the people who hired you, and as they all swept back down into the water below.
Yeah, I don't love that for me. Um, okay, so I'm gonna move up here and like look down. How deep are they? Like, what's the depth here that this thing dove down to and like
Um,
took
I would
Purser?
I would say like deep enough it's big enough that even though it dove, it didn't get far enough where it's like completely covered. You can see, maybe like there's some spots where it's not, as the splashing of the ship knocks back and forth, you can see parts of it. Um, you can still see it for for purposes of targeting. Um,
Okay, would
yeah.
Purser be a valid vortex warp target currently?
That's a good question. What is it? 60 feet, I think, for Vortex, or is it 120?
That is a good question. Let me pull it up. I don't know how to send things to chat in this.
Oh, no problem. Let me take a gander here. The Vortex work.
Uh,
So for future stuff to send it to, you just click. Wow, I probably should have added the spell. My apologies. Let me
yeah,
grab it here.
you made a note of it.
Yeah, I did. I completely forgot. Let me bring it
Because
up.
it wasn't in the compendium because it's like
Yeah,
Strixhaven.
because I refused to buy Strixhaven. All right. All right. It is a 90-foot range, and I will add it right now as you're describing what you're doing.
Okay.
But yeah, you can cast it. Like we know what it does.
Okay.
Okay. Vortex warp, and well, let me see. I feel like Purser's splashing in and out of sight. 90 foot. About how high did we say the ship is from surface of the water? I don't remember what we officially said. But you know what? For flavor, we'll say he's like being pushed in and out of the water. Yeah, you could hit him with that. I'm not gonna go nuts on
Okay.
this.
I believe it's only. I can't read the spell. Oh wait, there it is. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. I'm in the
You
process of
just
it.
click the chat box to send it to chat.
Yeah, once I am finished inputting it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But I
One
believe
action.
if I'm like if memory serves, it teleports something horizontally, like it cannot change vertical height. So I can't actually bring him up to the dock, but I can get him out of the tentacle.
Magically twist
I don't
space.
recall it saying anything about that.
Yeah, I think it's just like targets teleport to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. Must be
Yeah, it
on a
has to be on a
surface
surface, but that's
or in
it.
a liquid
Okay,
that
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
support the target. Yeah, you can't just like teleport him into the air. But if you're
Right.
trying to put him on, if you want to teleport him out into the open water, that's totally an option.
I would prefer to put him on the dock
Yeah,
of or
yeah,
the
yeah,
what's it called? Like the
yeah,
surface of the boat.
yeah. The deck.
The deck,
Sounds good.
yes. Yeah.
Let's
So you see him
see.
sort of walk over and he does some like fluttery like components with his hands. And then a quick sort of like flash of light opens it almost kind of like Purser, from your perspective, you're like under dark waters at night, being held by this like awful slimy tentacle thing. And then
Yes.
you kind of just get like flashbang suddenly, like it's just really kind of bright for a second, and then once the light clears instantly, you're on the deck.
All right, there we go.
Um, and with my, if that resolves normally, I would like to bonus action activate my channel divinity to peerless athlete and just give myself advantage on athletics because that seems like it might be relevant shortly.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that absolutely works. Where on the deck did you want to throw him, so to speak? You can just
Um,
ping.
like
You just yeah, there
here.
you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
just hold left
okay.
click. Right now
Okay.
I'm now looking for where Channel Divinity is on this sheet.
Well, you good.
It'll be on the front page on the bottom right.
Under features, like the features list.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm going to change my image here so that
Okay.
it shows
Yeah, I'm
up.
doing that.
There we go.
Where does it track? Like, where can I file that I use the Channel Divinity?
Go up. There's some resource counters. They may or may not be configured. They're right above the features section.
Ah, yes. Okay, here we go. So I have one apparently, so I'll use the one.
Cool.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Nice, nice. And then
Oh
Jotazo.
wait, I would like to say
Oh,
something really quick.
yeah,
Yeah. As
whatever
I bring
fits in
him back up,
6 seconds.
I'll look over at Purser and I'll say, "Have no fear, brother. I will help you."
And Purser will just give you a stoic nod in response and continue looking for the target.
Yeah, yeah.
You stole my bet! Immediately starts trying to stab you to death.
Jumps back into the water.
Balthazar turns to his left and just goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
uh, but Jotazo, while I mean, he's another brave, wise Korovar person, so he must be doing something brilliant. But what are you doing at the cannon? At the moment, the cannon doesn't rotate down, thank God. So there's no immediate target. You could, hold an action to fire if it dares show its filthy undead head again. But what would you like to do?
Well, the main thing was originally I was more defending the deck cannon, so like
Oh,
its crew
okay.
members didn't get like tentacled away and shit.
That's totally
Uh,
fair. Yeah.
but with like it went back underwater, so but I can't really do much other than hold an action to attack if it comes back.
I mean, you can hold your breath, and I think you have a swim speed, but I don't blame you
But
for
my
not
problem is
diving into the water.
I'm pretty sure this ship is going at full speed, so if I dive down, like the ship would like fly past and like, I'd be then stranded in the water with one v
With
one
with
a
with the
fucking
Luska.
yeah.
I mean, actually, that's a good point. It's up to you guys. If you would have ordered the ship to slow down, or if you're just like you're doing this fight with at Mad Max speed, where there's like you're breaking through waves.
I'd say the best thing to be doing would be to keep speed and hopefully get away from it.
Yeah,
Okay.
why would we want to slow down? Fuck no. Go, 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 go.
Okay. Okay. No, that adds some fun elements. All right. Note to self. Okay.
I didn't even think
Um,
about the possibility that the boat might be moving. I should have like.
I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't either. I was like, oh, they'll stop the ship for this fight. Nope.
Well,
I mean, it
I
makes
mean,
sense. I'm not criticizing it. I hadn't thought of it.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that like pretty much like considering how long it typically takes for a boat to get up
Oh,
to speed from a
shit.
dead stop. Like,
Okay. So I just realized why I thought it wasn't moving. You're in the charging portion of shit. My bad. Okay. Yeah, this ship has, I believe it's 8 hours of like
Oh,
it
okay.
moves faster than anything else on the water, and then it basically needs to charge the rest of a 24-hour period.
Right. That's fair.
That's why you're not moving. I was like, why the fuck did I think they wouldn't move? That's why. Okay, yeah, so the ship is currently not moving. All right, all right. With that in mind, with that addendum, is there anything different, Joso?
no, he's still not going to jump in because then, like, sure, he might not get left behind, but if he's in the water, he could get hyper focusing. And Jutsu's
Yeah.
a tank, but he's not suicidal. So,
Yeah, no,
uh,
makes sense to
he,
me.
I don't know.
he's going,
During that Yug, you really were into it.
yeah, so he's going to ready his 28-ounce magical hammer and wait for, the monster to come back. And
Makes
if it
sense, makes
does,
sense.
make an attack.
All right, all right. Then in that case, it is the ship's turn, so to speak. The crew will do what you guys want them to do. Curious about the actions it can take and such. I think it should be visible to everybody under the I think just under general characters, player characters.
Note to
Yeah.
self: add depth charges.
Yeah, it's called Riptider.
Yep. Technically, that's the
Um,
model of the name. I think you guys named it, but I legit forgot what you named it. I apologize.
well, with my luck, it was some kind of stupid acronym that no one denied hard enough to disallow.
Yeah,
I mean,
you named it like the BPP.
everybody liked MK, it's just not for the reasons you thought they would like it.
That's the joke. But
Yeah.
I don't actually think there's anything that the ship can do, realistically speaking. If the weapons can't fire straight down, there's not really a whole lot it can do for us right now.
I mean, it could hold to fire. Like that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like
that's
the crew,
fair. Yeah.
you could tell the crew like you say it again, open up type thing. But yeah, outside of that,
Yeah, I'd say that's it.
all right. Then in that case, we go to top of the order. Balthazar, what would you like to do? It's not as like easy a target at the moment, but if it does decide to come up, then you'll be ready.
Even with 15 feet, I can't hit it.
We're playing a little loosey goosey with distances, but there's no way
All
15
right.
feet gets you to this water surface.
All right, I'll move over here and then I'll hold my action to wail on it.
Makes
It's a
sense.
shark.
I mean, there could be bits of whale in there, to be fair. All right, and Mercy. Oh, Lord of mercy. Are you back with us, or are you currently switching
I'm back.
from phone to computer? Okay, cool.
So
It moved out of your sunshine, that filthy monster.
unfair, rude. Just a moment while I actually get my character sheet up. Mercy. Oh, there she is. Things got moved
Actually, now
around.
that I think on it, I don't see why he wouldn't have had it brought with you guys. You guys do have Bemmy's fire sled below deck if you want to, like, if anyone wants to hop on the air cycle and start doing shit. But
I'm gonna say
Ride the bike
sounds
in the
hilarious.
party?
It's like yeah, basically.
let me make that accessible to everyone. Controllable by all players.
I'm gonna
There we
say
go.
the issue with that is if anything happens to it, Femi will be absolutely livid.
Yeah, a rare moment of actual rage from poor Bemmy.
Um, if my character sheet decides to move up, I can move the dawn spell, right? I think it's like 30 feet per round.
That
Let's
is a
see.
good question.
I believe so.
I believe so
Dawn.
too. I'm willing to believe it. Okay. Dawn.
You can move it as a bonus action up to 60 feet.
Oh, nice.
As,
There you go.
as long as you're within 60 feet of it.
We will say you are for sake of. We're playing a little loose here with distances.
Mhm.
It's an area fight more than like an actual monster.
Yeah, so in that case, I'm going to move the dawn spell 60 feet south, so it's over the beast again. I don't know
Oh,
if it impacted through the water.
I mean, worth a shot. Worth a shot. It's staying. It doesn't have enough movement to completely like depth charge, so it's close enough to the surface that it's probably gonna start burning.
Ha! Fucker.
And anything else?
I will ready my primary action with my magical mace. If its tentacles come back up, I'm gonna mollywop them really good.
All right. And with
It's my
that in
first time
mind,
on the seas. This is quite exciting, friends.
with that in mind, I believe it starts its turn in your spell's effect, so it needs to do a con save, which it doesn't care for. Let's
It ends its turn.
Oh, ends its turn. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna keep that roll though. 25. I like it.
Damn it.
Then it Yeah, it needs to get rid of you guys. It's not liking any of this. The problem is none of you were in the water like you're supposed to be. That's less optimal for its cool guy stuff.
You're
So
welcome.
it is going to just writhing tentacles splash up out of the water on both sides of the ship, grabbing at pretty much anybody they can. They seems to focus on player characters. Maybe I mean, it shouldn't really be able to direct these tentacles if it's going by sight. So maybe it's going by something else. Uh, so we're gonna
Number of
say
experience points.
it has a life force detector thing. But yeah, some actions I'm sure are about to trigger.
17.
17, which I believe hits. Yep. It's a like it's like hitting uh concrete with the texture of rubber, but yeah, that you can feel it go through. And the tentacle you hit the end ruptures, and
And I forgot because it's been a while since I did it. I did a hold action. So I get my full attack or just one?
I think just one for held,
All right.
if I remember correctly.
17. Better
That
fucking hit
hits. Yep, yep.
for 12.
All right, all right. And take off 15. And then that definitely hits. Good God. You clicked your halberd. Was that deliberate or is
Yeah,
that?
I misspoke earlier. I meant my halberd, not my mace.
That's
I do
fine.
not have a magical mace. I have magical halberd.
Yeah, I mean, playing cleric, it's an easy mistake. Okay. All right. So it gets a lot of its tentacles just get pulped coming up, but it is going to still try and grab at some people. Bemmy is, we'll say, in the back doing Bemmy things. But he's helping.
Mimon, this isn't the time.
Yeah, I mean, the standard. What do you mean it's not the time? That type of thing.
The ship just like rocks 20 degrees to port, and she's like, so anyway.
So I says to Mabel, I says, yeah, all right, and it's it's gonna try and grab Mercy, Balthazar, and is it Leo or Leo?
Leo.
Leo, gotcha. Okay, gonna try and grab the three of you because that's something it desperately wants to get you in the water for some reason.
You can try.
Yeah. All right, Balthazar, 1 sec. Crit failed you. See if it does anything extra retarded that hinders its future actions first. All right, we'll use this table for this one. All right, it's a natural melee weapon. It's not a critical hit, it's a critical fumble.
Imagining the tentacle like wraps around its own throat and it just starts like like choking
Uh,
itself out.
Spell.
It attacks another tentacle.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I need to roll the D100. We have 26, which on this chart means. Oh, he's in the water. Okay, yeah, never mind. He doesn't fall prone. Okay, the tentacle just like blindly gropes Balthazar. You're just so nimble, it can't get a good lock on you, even with supernatural abilities. But it was
No, I want him
it,
to be prone.
so it's in the water, and it's
You,
immune
you
to the
could you
prone
could
condition. All right, it's going 26 to hit Mercy, and 23 to hit Leo, or Leo. Sorry.
Okay.
I could match 23. I can't beat it. All right, yeah, I get grabbed.
Okay, 12 necrotic to Mercy and 20 necrotic to Leo.
Okay.
And
I
then
have
it is.
product,
Yes,
right?
yes. Let me take a gander here. I think you have resistance to poison.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll load for me. No, it doesn't want to load for me. But yeah, 12 and 20 respectively. And then 1 sec here. Bring some back. There we go. All right,
So
I'm
do I
thinking.
just manually deduct HP?
It's like a savage. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I know, it disgusts me too.
I don't want to hear it, Dan. You were using like a cobbled together pirated Linux program when I first
What?
met you. So
Are you describing map tool?
yes.
I never.
Well, that's right. I'd never heard anyone using that shit before you. Okay, so it's going to then move out of the sunlight because it doesn't like that. Like even if it wasn't damaging it, just doesn't like sun. And pulled along with it. Gonna dunk you guys. Curling you in towards honestly just try and get you in one spot in the water. And then it's gonna bonus action. Leo, you seem like you have a lot of life force here. Mercy is like it's getting weird readings. It's
I
gonna
have a lot of
try
what?
life force.
Life.
Oh yes,
You're
yes.
you're vim and vigorous. So
Man, I wish Ludger was here. It's just to confuse it even more.
he is. He's in the in the hull. He snuck on board when you guys were leaving, so his wife wouldn't catch him. Um, damn it. All right, so it doesn't successfully pull off the cool guy shit. Leo, you're fine. All right.
Oh no,
Okay.
the horror.
I
Uh,
don't suppose because I'm Irian, so I don't
mhm.
suppose that it recoils at all as it touches me.
I mean, it
It just
probably
means there's
doesn't.
more life to take.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one of those things like let's see the best way to like a Republican senator in a gay bar. Like it's simultaneously intrigued and repulsed. So
Right
yeah,
at home?
yeah, yeah. I mean not without a mask, but yeah, it can't quite
Gotcha.
do its cool whammy thing. But Purser, what would you like to do? It is your turn.
Okay, Purser is going to run to the side and look over to see what's happening. Can't really do a whole lot to help the grappled people, so
You could jump into the water with your sword out.
Don't you have that thing that allows you to like magically switch places?
yeah, if they're within 5 feet of me. Do you know how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
times people have been adjacent to me when they take damage in this campaign?
It's been a
They all
lot, yeah.
specifically run away from me half the time.
I was wondering why you haven't used that in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like,
It's because like every time I move into position to use it, people like move to flank or something, or just run
That's right.
away.
Oh, is
Yeah.
flanking on?
It is on for a creature that's basically an area effect it's not on, but yeah, normally
Okay.
yeah, normally it's on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's safe to say they're not within 5 feet of you. Sure, that's an apt discovery. Yep.
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, okay. All right. All right.
The
Uh,
shame in that delivery.
okay, okay. I mean 22 hits. It's not I mean, it's not magically resistant to it, but yeah,
Yeah,
the
it does
fire
get resistance from being underwater though.
the fire hits, and there's a huge gout of steam as your heated blast hits the water and does some damage.
And then I'll proc my agent of the silver flame, so it's gonna have to give me a wisdom saving throw or be restrained.
Mm,
It also takes
okay.
5 extra radiant damage.
Okay. Why is it not? Whatever. I did make the thing. It's not resistant to restrain, so if it fails it. All right, I'm gonna legendary resistance that. That was fucking
Yep.
embarrassing. Yeah. And you did hit it with something.
And then for my
Oh,
oh,
kick ass. This wasn't
uh-oh.
relevant until now, but it's gonna use its necromantic wave since it was hit. First time I can use this fucking reaction. And it's not relevant to anyone but the people who are currently held in its tentacles. I need a con saving throw as as a wave of necromantic energy pulses out of this thing anytime it's hit. God damn it. Yeah, Mercy, you're fine. That's,
Okay, yeah. Where I'm loading sheets.
oh, I
Why
should
do you
have read.
sound so disappointed that I succeeded, Sam?
I mean, actually reading this, it's not a terrible thing. All right,
Um,
so you failed, and it's a good and bad thing because I didn't fully read this before activating it. You take some necrotic damage. You're also fucking pushed away from it. It knocks you out of its own grasp.
Oh.
Read your full
Mm.
effects before you activate them, kids.
Unless that
Eh.
knocks it back like far enough to still be in its reach. I don't know what
Oh,
kind of reach
actually,
it
that's a
has.
valid point. Yeah, those tentacles have some reach. Thank you, Dan.
Like in that
Yeah,
Roper fight we had when you guys kept trying to like push it back and it had 100-foot reach, so it didn't matter.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so Medi, you take 5 necrotic damage, and you are knocked back 10 feet, but the tentacles reach is further than that, so it's irrelevant.
I am resistant to necrotic damage, so that's
9, you
nice.
take
How much am
2
I
necrotic
taking?
damage.
2?
2, yeah, you round down.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I know. All right, anything else, Purser?
That will be the end of my turn, and then the Celestial will take its turn and just
Oh, right,
move
wisdom
to
save.
remain a Wisdom
Sorry.
save. What?
You said I had to do
Oh,
wisdom save?
no, that was for the restrain effect. It uses legendary resistance.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
I remembered it did
And
that, but I wasn't sure. So it's gonna move up and do awful things. Okay.
I assume the 13 misses, but the
13
26
does
should
miss.
hit for 11.
26 hits, yeah. For 11. Oof. Okay.
And then that will be it.
Okay. Uh, Under the water, there is an upside to being like dragged down, splashing. Like I'd say you're about at surface level, but you keep being submerged and then pushed out and with the waves. There is an upside to that because you can see this thing has taken some truly tremendous damage, and like the stitching that's holding it together is coming apart somewhat. This, if it had legs, it'd be on its last ones. It doesn't look in great shape, Leo.
Gotcha. Okay. So then there's two options here. I could try and get out into safety, or I could just chill here and try and wail on it.
Those are options.
Those are options. How? Quick
Bemi.
question.
Bemi, activate the afterburners.
Yeah. Thing just breaks.
Um,
The water elementals go out. You're stranded in the ocean. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say how worried, I guess, does Mercy look? Because I think that would be a determining factor.
That's a good question.
I look slightly annoyed, but I'm not organic. I don't need to breathe. I'm okay.
Right. Okay.
Realistically, if
Now,
it lets go, it would be really inconvenient, but that wouldn't necessarily kill Mercy. It's just, fuck, that's a long walk. That type of thing.
have the belt of giant strength, so that athletic swim check, I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
All
Swimming is
right.
tricky
If
for
she
you, but that's true.
So when you look over at her, you do see her just like kind of like ponderously like looking like up and down the tentacle and plotting.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. In that case, if she's chilling, I'm just gonna swing on this thing. So where are my weapons? Do. Bear with me while I look for my cool sword.
New character, new sheet, new tabletop sim. You're good.
I do not see it listed in inventory.
Oh, probably because I forgot to add that.
That'll do it.
Let's pretend I forgot a lot to add pretty much everything. Let me just drag that drop and drag and drop, one of those things. Let's see. You wanted uh, what was the sword? It was a +1.
Long sword of warning.
Long sword of warning. Gotcha. Let me open up your sheet.
And what is it? Something of the devout. It like gives you plus
Oh,
2.
amulet of. Okay.
Yeah, those were the magic items I chose.
Yep. Long sword of warning on there. And it should have just been added. Cool. And we want. Fine. Really? Okay. Did I not type amulet of the? Yeah, I did. Wonderful. Amulet. Okay. It was a +2 or +3?
I don't believe it gives you a plus to anything.
Amulet of the
It
Devout +1,
Oh, amulet.
+2,
No,
+3.
+2 for the amulet. Yeah, I thought you meant
Gotcha.
the sword.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. You now have both,
Yes.
including longsword. Let's just adjust that because your damage is all wonky. I don't know why it's all wonky, but it is. Range, magic, damage. It's 1d8 plus your strength modifier, if I remember correctly. Yeah, plus strength.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty trash weapon in this party because everyone has like +2, 3 weapons and things. This one doesn't give you any bonuses. It just
I
prevents
don't.
surprise rounds.
I
Shut
don't
up.
have
Your belt is basically a +3 to your arms.
and you
Uh,
chose to give me it.
I know. You had it on wish list. I'm like, yeah. Okay. But yeah, that should work theoretically.
Yeah. So now with that resolved, how do I roll that attack with
Yeah,
it?
just click on it. Let's
So
see
there's a
here.
section in the middle on the front page that should be like a bunch of attacks.
Ah, yes, I was looking at the item. Okay.
I was looking at Ludger's
Whoop.
sheet for some reason. All right. Cool. A 19 is going to hit. So you just click the name Longsword of Warning, and that'll roll the damage.
Okay.
That seems low. 1 die 8. No,
I only have
I guess that's
+2
good.
strength.
Okay. I was like, well, yeah. Okay. But yeah, that is successfully. You saw a way at it, and it doesn't like
And
that.
the more important part of this is that I'm gonna smite him.
There you go.
I hate smite as a feature. Like I didn't plan to ever use it, but
And yet,
this is a a bit of a desperate situation.
yeah. It
Here
counts
does
as an
your
undead.
failure bring back to me.
Yeah. I mean, on the upside, you're not using it like for one of the first times ever on a crit, so the party isn't like, oh, you can just do that whenever. That was my paladin's utter failure. Was like, I used it. I think one of the first times I used it on a crit, and the party was convinced like, oh, you can just drop that kind of damage at will.
Well, it did happen like 2 or 3 times in an arc.
Oh,
Like
I know, but it was just
like you
like
were
deeply comedic.
consistently doing it.
Yeah, it was like, oh, when it's a clutch situation, the paladin will
You
just step
proved
up.
to be a paladin as a person because God loved you more.
Yeah,
How do I
I
roll
mean,
something like just a vanilla the 2d8?
so you go over
Same.
to the right side of the screen, and there's a little,
Right text box.
yeah,
Mhm.
there's a little dice thing, a little dice
Oh,
symbol. You click on that, and it's a dice roller built in.
under collection?
Uh, it's under settings on the right side of your screen. You should see a thing.
Settings. Okay, yeah, setting
Left.
little
It's
gear.
on the left.
Oh, is it?
Oh, the left.
Okay.
Oh, the left. I'm looking at the right. Okay.
He
Probably
said
because I
right, so I
said
can
on the
understand the
right. Yeah.
confusion.
To the west.
Okay, 2d8.
Yeah, you can
There you
also
go.
use just dice commands like in Foundry.
Yeah, if you're a nerd. Yeah. All right, let me take that off.
Alright, so 14 radiant damage. So for 19 total.
Okay. Yep. It
Uh,
didn't like that at all.
yeah. And then I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
14 to hit.
14 does not quite hit. You're
That is
just
a
being with the damage from the first one. You're being shaken too much for you to really like get your bearings to really land that next blow.
And then I've got to ask, could Misty Step get me on deck?
No, not like the
No.
problem with this ship is it's tall enough where you can't really see the deck. That's the problem. Once you're off, like it's like looking up at a small freighter. Like this is
Could
a
I get
big
high
fucking ship.
enough that my advantage athletics could allow me to do some like cool action hero shit and scale the rest of the way?
Yeah, sure. That's
Okay.
doable.
Yeah. All right. So I'll Misty Step up 30 feet with my
Also,
free cast.
I'm gonna regret mentioning this, but I should, if I'm being fair. Everyone gets one free reroll per session, or in the case of something like this, you can just use it to take, like, the auto, like you can use it to take the advantage, basically, where it's like, oh, I didn't like the 14, I'm gonna use my free reroll to take the crit. Like you could do that in this scenario.
Mm.
Basically, what he's saying is you can use inspiration retroactively after seeing the results of a roll.
Mm-hmm.
And we get an inspiration every session.
Every
Yes.
session. Yep.
That's pretty pog.
Uh,
Why were you hesitant? Why? I shouldn't tell you this. Where's
Yeah.
that coming from?
Because you're a paladin who I just gave a free crit to if you use it. That's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, I gotta mark the spell that I used, and then I'm gonna use my free cast of Misty Step. And then, do I have to roll athletics to get up, or can I just go up with my?
I would say you're
advantage?
just you just cling to the side of it. Yeah, athletics to climb up. Like at very least, you're going to be out of the water, clinging to the side of the ship.
Cool, cool.
But yeah, give me athletics to like parkour your way up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
Able to
18.
bounce from bit to bit on this, ancient giant ship.
Yeah. So in terms of wait, was this did this belong to the giant? I guess it is Zendrick. That makes sense.
It's literally an ancient giant ship. Like
Yeah.
it was it's basically in storage for 40,000 years. The
Gotcha.
party had a friend dig it out, show it to him.
Yeah, for the purposes of the other people looking over the edge, I guess mainly it's Purser. You see, he gets pulled down and he's like held by this thing. He starts like slashing at the tentacle holding him, and when it doesn't let go, he frustratedly decides to sort of once again, like, it's just a very bright like flashbang beam of light emanating off of him, and then suddenly he's like out of the water, and then just kind of like superhero, like, use all of your speed to run up as hard as you can before like gravity takes you down. And he is he has done enough like sessions for leg day that he's able to like scale up the side and grab the like ledge of the deck and pull himself up. And then he kind of like collapses over the side for a second and is just like like trying to get his breath back and take some air.
Yeah. It's sea air, it's good for you. Okay.
Oh.
Then
Oh, by the way,
Jotazo?
Daniel, take all the damage for me. All good.
I have to be adjacent to you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
He
adjacent
is.
to you.
He just climbed up and threw
Oh.
himself on. Yeah,
Ha
he's there.
ha!
Yeah, I will have
Fine.
no complaints.
Finally, someone who's working with the system.
Turn.
Jotazo, what would you like to do?
Okay, it's still underwater, right? But
It is.
well then,
Yep.
and I ready an attack action and wait for it to do stuff.
Gotcha. All right, it's the Riptider's turn. Oh, shoot. So we're gonna. I don't want to cheat you guys out of it. Whoever wants to hit the cannon button, it did surface, and the cannon could have shot when on its turn could have shot it. So whoever wants to go into Riptider and click Giant Arcane Cannon. All right, changes things slightly. We'll say, you know what? We'll say
Bang!
that it surfaces, and the ship fires once again, and in a very cinematic moment, just basically rips down the center of the thing, splitting the three shark heads apart, and yeah, in a rain of viscera and unpleasant things, the remnants of this thing start sinking into the water. Mercy, the like spastic tentacle grip on you tightens very briefly and then just goes limp. And yeah, you guys are out of combat.
Can I quickly try and like lower like anchor or whatever so she has a way to like get back up?
Yeah, there's like ropes and chains off the side for
Yeah.
just that kind of thing.
I am
They have
swimming.
taken the ship to do a lot of stuff like that.
So Mercy is immune to water?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was the best thing I've ever heard.
Uh, I mean, yeah, that's fair. The league would have absolutely intended that. The only part they object to is you didn't pay them for it.
We
What is
did.
the Lat League?
They're
Some of
good
the ancient
guys.
giants.
Yeah, they're
Ah, okay.
they're inventive minds. Just all around good people.
They're
But
like Nazi scientists, aren't they? They're like the worst people ever.
I mean,
I mean, they had Nazis, but
yeah, it wasn't
They
Nazi scientists. Like they
it's
were
like saying
just
Americans are not. Oh,
like, listen,
Yeah.
that wasn't relevant within my lifetime. That was hyperbole. Okay, all right.
Okay, the Suat League, shall we say, is a economy completely and utterly built around the concept of prisoners with jobs.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
there was a lot
Yeah,
of
all
that.
right.
They created the Drow. Okay, so like it could be worse. Uh,
They gave
but
us a
anyways,
gift.
yeah.
They gave you a reason to live.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you guys are free of villainous deep sea monster, at least for the moment.
Where are
And
we? Like, I'm trying to find the party along the water, like coastline, and I don't.
we are here. I
yeah,
just
northern middle,
this
under the
is
Straits of
the
Shargon.
yep. This is the party symbol right here.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. This big,
Yeah.
like, prismatic looking thing.
Yes. That was the party voted on it and put it together as a symbol. The bell represents Sire, and the rainbow elements represent, I think, like Torch of Progress type stuff. And
Torture
Oh,
progress?
it's a bunch of hands linked
hands.
together to
Okay.
represent the cooperation between us and the locals.
Right.
Do we have a name?
Uh,
We're the MKA,
the,
What does that mean?
the Mishann Caparian Association.
yeah.
What?
Ultra edition.
Caparian?
Caparian
Yeah.
is the name of the island.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. So
Look, Purser's not like a graphic design people person. He's
Yeah.
he's
Why did we-
the software developer.
Why would
Why did they let
graphic
you
designs
name it,
matter
then?
naming?
Because no one else came up with anything.
Why would graphic design even relate to a name?
Because it's
Yeah.
about aesthetics.
Yeah. That's one of those things. Is like let's put a bunch of people with no social skills together in a box, hyper pressure, and tell them to make something on schedule. That'll work well. Purser's the foundation of the video game industry. But yeah. So you guys, once the night is over and your ship's done recharging, you're free to continue on. But as the gore and viscera rain down, um, it seems to be having a somewhat negative effect on the Riptider's hull. It's not acidic or anything, but even the incredibly like borderline self-repairing material that the hull is made out of seems to lose some of its usual luster under the Mabaran infused blood that is raining down. Doesn't make any of you feel great either.
Can I use warding wind to just like crawl along the hull and blast it all off?
I mean, you could. It's still you're probably going to want to give it like at least some time docked, or like do some kind of like repair at some point. You're not sure exactly how to repair something made out of the equivalent of space metal in Eberron parlance, but
Mhm.
it didn't do anything good to the hull. It's the first time you've ever seen like any kind of like filth actually stick to it.
This is
But
like super not what the spell does, but if I use like any Urian like lay on hands or like protection from evil and good around, would that do anything?
I
Those
would
things don't
say
work on boats mechanically, but I figured you
it
might.
doesn't work on boats mechanically, but a fun element of how they made this metal, the giants, especially that particular group that built the ship, were big on making a lot of alloys, metals, and just other like new materials infused with different planar elements. So while your spell doesn't work when you give it a test, the hull itself does seem to drink in some of the light of your Irian nature, which is a positive thing. Like it does that seems to help it sort of grow. This is basically a self-repairing hull, but it does it by being a very special kind of material, and it seems to respond well to that. Not enough to like completely fix the whole thing. You could probably drain yourself dry a couple days in a row and like have a patch fixed, but it is a good sign.
Yeah, you're trying to
Making-
turn the ocean yellow by taking a sneaky wee.
I mean,
I hate
that's just
everything
quitter
you
talk.
just said.
The fish do it. It's fine. But
I'm if nothing else, I'm making it feel better.
yeah, it's who knows? It
It
could be
can't hurt.
somebody in there. I mean, there are actually 2 people in there currently that the party helped trap in. So, anyways, um,
See, I'd give like Leo a like friendly bap on the shoulder and say, "Good work, kid."
Yeah, I'll like sort of like sort of like try and like brush some of the water off of myself, and I'll say, "Hi, it was an honor to fight by your side." As I'm like wringing my hair out.
Indeed. Let's get back below decks into the dry. We'll see if more of those things show up.
Right ho. And I'll like follow behind as long as we have like Mercy back on board.
Yeah, and I will blow dry everyone with warding wind.
As like we have a chance to like converse personally for the first time, you will note this sense of like sort of like warmth and like comfort and just sort of not peace necessarily, but this sense of like almost like loyalty when you're just sort of like lounging with this person. There's almost like it's not very dissimilar from the like energy that Purser usually drowns on, so you're probably more familiar with it than the others. But it seems to just like naturally radiate.
I just want to clarify. Are you referring to the light of Irian here? Because
Yes.
that's not what Purser
Heresy
draws
talk.
on.
No, he draws from the silver flame. I was saying it was like that's the closest point of comparison he would probably have.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
You're nothing like me. You're nothing near my magnificence.
There are similar concepts, but the silver flame is about that like harsh protectiveness.
Right.
Not even harsh, but just
Yeah,
single-minded.
not harsh.
No, harsh was correct. Yeah, harsh.
No, because
Oh.
it can be a comforting thing to be protected
Yeah.
by a vast cosmic force.
I was
But
watching one of the VODs not long ago, and in one of them you said, like word for word, you said out of character, "I can't believe I'm the voice of reason, and I'm playing good cop. I'm a Templar."
yeah, that was an important learning point for everybody. But yeah, you guys are free to continue sailing. Now you, as always, other than the person who's like pretty much locked in for 8 hours piloting this thing, which you do have 2 people now. Purser, if you trust the ship to your to your acolyte, you could have her take over, or you could continue to push that duty onto your non-player member of the party.
we've also got the crew that we hired. I'm sure there's someone capable of driving it, like a mage, right?
That you know what, that's fair. I would say a mage right could definitely do this. It's really strenuous on a mage right, but they can do it. It's like, you lift weights.
Yeah, I'm
I
willing to
need you
take
to
it in
sub in
shifts,
for
though.
Arnold. Yeah. In this bodybuilding competition.
Just squat it. You could squat like 200. That's fine. I need you to squat 600 now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can they can manage it for a little bit. But yeah, of the 30 people you hired, 29, not counting since you now have a new ally, Leo. But yeah, there's definitely some age rates in there. You have someone whose purpose is like out of character, pretty much explicitly that. You're good. Now, it is, if you're still planning on heading to Sardusk Island, it's about 3 days roughly more of sailing. Is there anything you wanted to do on the way? Any
I
downtime
would like
activities and such?
I would like to likely shortly after the battle, as we're like all recuperating, get some like actual proper introductions, because I do recall someone shouted, "Who the fuck are you?" as I tried
Yeah,
to
that was me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. It's probably fair.
So I feel like I should maybe clear the air and not just continue following you.
You have to keep up with the briefings, Baltazar. Like, I give you this paperwork for a reason.
What paperwork?
The same as the itinerary he's been handing out to everybody in the party. Like
Like,
in
what the fuck
character,
is paper?
Purser keeps handing like organized lists of itemized list of, all right, we should make sure to do this,
Like-
this, and this today.
Like briefings and schedules and all that.
Yeah, it's the trash bin near his office is very full.
Yeah, I would definitely say probably the happiest person in every meeting is Jotaro. I mean, he has no idea what the fuck's going on. But
Happy to be there.
it's this must be the bureaucracy that makes Kuravar so strong.
The bureaucracy. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, but yes, this now less wet, once everyone's like patched up and healed and dried off and everything, I'll sort of stand in front of the party and just take a very like sort of respectful like kneel on one knee, bow with a fist over my heart, very like formal sign of like respect and greeting. And then I'll rise and I'll say greetings, MKA, was it? I've been told. I am Sir Leo Mertrin. It is a pleasure to work by your side and hopefully continue to defend our noble group against the coming dangers.
All right.
That isn't an easy joke, for we are not actually nobility yet.
I
I
was
am.
told that there was a distant relative among your ranks. I apologize.
You're my relative.
No, pardon my misspeaking. No, not of me. I am not nobility. I am simply a proud knight. But I was told that there was a member of a distant relative to nobility among you. As well as a proud Templar, of course, who is
Of
of
course.
course of great status.
I wouldn't say great. Simply distinguished.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Regardless, I will attempt not to.
Jojoso raises a hand. But I
I just
fought
kind of.
on. Sorry, go ahead.
What'd you say?
No, okay, yeah. Jojoso raises his hand to like ask a question.
Yeah, I'll like, as he's like going through like formalities, basically, he looks over at you, just kind of like staring forward with your hand up, and is like he kind of just stares at you for a second, like taken aback by the fact that someone is like raising their hand to speak to him, and then slowly he kind of like raises his hand to like point, and he goes, yes.
I apologize, but I thought knights were part of nobility on Kuravar. I am very confused.
And he thinks about how to like explain that, like in the simplest terms, and he goes, "Well, I'm happy to go into the culture, of course, if you have the time. I suppose we'll have a few days even, but in short, I've devoted my life and sworn my oaths to serve nobility. I work under the queen and her order of advisors, and I have given all that I have and all that I am in pursuit of their lofty ideals in order to better my country. And he sounds very much like he's basically like reciting things to you.
Jotsuzo takes a moment to ponder and before asking, this queen, what instruments does she use to rule?
And he'll think about that for a second, because he's not like he half believes that you mean like does she have a piano, but assuming that you do not, he'll say, well, she has a great many wonderful and effective, efficient tactics that she uses to lead her people to prosperity and success, including but not limited to, of course, great battle strategy against coming invaders and bandits, as well as kindness, charity, but direction and a firm hand when necessary in order to make the people follow and believe in her cause.
Jotsuzo takes all this in, scratching his chin before he immediately turns to Purser. Wise Purser.
Yes, Joseph.
Dude, what he is describing does not sound much different from how the brute Zerxel rules his island. Am I mistaken?
The two cultures are surprisingly similar, you might find. The Onderans are a strange people.
I guess
No.
there are cultures on Kuravar that, may not have as much to teach my people as I thought.
Now, make no mistake, they are some of the greatest arcanists in the entire world. But when it comes to governance, I think you've learned everything you need to know from them.
I see.
How familiar am I likely to be with what he's comparing me to?
I mean,
I out of character don't know what he's
out of
comparing me
character. No,
to.
I'm trying to think. I
He
don't
just
think.
compared you to a barbarian king.
Yeah,
Yeah. I gathered that.
self-appointed ruler of like an Aztec style realm.
So basically, I'm a Spaniard, and I've come over to the Aztec lands, and a friendly Aztec guy really likes the Spaniards, and asked, what are those Brits like?
I mean,
And I'm like,
friendly,
well,
obviously, but yeah.
they're basically worse than you in every way, but they do this one thing kind of good.
Yeah.
In universe, it's just a group of lizard folk. They have a big chiefdom society.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think on. I don't think she would have briefed you on that, or like the people who told you to come and help would have told you much about that, because that's not what's important. They had some other things they wanted you to focus on. So
Okay, so the only point of offense that I have is Purser then.
yeah,
innocent.
absolutely, yeah. That's
Okay.
aggressively Thranish of him.
Yeah, at that point I will I'll sort of like raise a hand between them and like lightly shake my head to say oh, no, there's please, perhaps I've misconstrued. I'm not a diplomacy is a tad new to me, you see. I may not be representing us as in the proper light that we deserve, but
I gesture to Jotazo like, you see?
Like, the whole thing is
I'll-
Jotsuzo is not even really passing that much judgment. He's just trying to learn as much as possible to basically, from all of Corvair, to, like, take back to his people. And the main thing he liked is, so,
seeing that like act like genuine sort of spark of curiosity in Jotazo's eyes, I will like take a step forward and kind of meet your eye and say, I assure you, my friend, Onder is the finest land in, well, the world, really. We are a prosperous land where everyone is fed to the best of our ability, protected, and given a place to excel and pursue their greatest of talents and freedoms. Never has there been a land more free and bright than on there, and anything that I ever say that may misconstrue that through my own oafish speech is my fault, but do not hold that against my country, as there is
But-
much that you could take away from it, and much that I hope you bring back as to join in our greatness. And
But
if
what-
nothing else, it is very clearly he sincerely believes all of that.
But the whole issue is just as though, like, is just as genuine, so he can't help but, like, immediately follow all of that up with, he scratches his chin, ponders for a moment. And, what happens when your queen dies?
So you can see that the thought of that just causes him a bunch of distress, as if you asked him like, "Hey, what if a dog eats your baby?" Like that's the level of like, "Oh," like that you see in his eyes. But he quickly like actually approaches that sort of more practically, and will say, well, they would be difficult to follow, certainly. I'm afraid that there is no ruler or candidate on the planet that could truly fill her role as effectively, but I'm sure that in all of her great wisdom, she would find a candidate capable of taking the throne as her successor, and would try to hold together and continue to lead us into a new prosperous age under their name. I do not envy whoever is made to fill that position as the next in line, however.
Her son would likely take over.
Ah, uh, in that case, wise person, what if her son is a fool?
I've only heard
What if?
very good things of Orla's
You-
children.
Jurian is a fucking piece of work.
Well, look,
The son
I'm not
you're referring
talking
to-
about him.
So the one to take the role isn't the swordsman you told me about. Then it's a
I
different.
think he's
son.
the eldest.
Oh, in that case, when Purser says that, you see Leo kind of looks to the side uncomfortably, as if he like can't. He see that he will not say something like strictly negative about the leadership and nobility, but he does then chime in to say, exceptions may be made.
He's an excellent swordsman.
Or one of her brothers, perhaps. In any case, it shouldn't happen anytime soon. But on the topic of Onder, I am curious, and the governess never answered this to my satisfaction, but what are you actually doing here in Mishann? My understanding was that applicants were limited to those of Cirrus descent.
Well, yes, that was I'm sure initially the thought process, but the glorious queen and all of her wisdom and ambition was caught whispers on the wind that this settlement was building and gaining traction, and that the Syrian people have found refuge and were trying to rebuild their once great land to the best of their ability, and in pursuit of peace and charity between all nations. She was, of course, interested in forming peace and alliances between them, as Mishann now builds into a soon-to-be fully recognized land and nation. And so, of course, I am here as a representative of the crown and seeking diplomacy so that we may mend some unfortunately long-lasting wounds from the times of war, which were never out of malice, of course.
You notice that Mercy 7 is just staring at you.
Mercy,
So,
you'd estimate this like he was definitely too young to actually have been in the war, like outside of maybe an ammo bearer or something. Yeah.
yeah, like early 20s, very baby faced. He has not just drank the Kool-Aid, he was like baptized in it.
And
Yeah.
you know he
Good
wasn't
thing-
in the war because those were the first people to die, always.
Hmm. Yeah, he's just a younger, more naive purser.
In French. He's French, so it's
And
kind
yeah.
of innately evil.
I am
Yeah.
much less harsh than Purser.
The French balances it out. But I I will say, just for our new party member, if everyone else would be kind enough to give a brief description of their character, so he kind of like
Yes, I was
has a
gonna
good
try to
idea
get
who
to
he's
that.
talking to.
I had to like defend my existence for 5 minutes. I forgot to ask.
Well, you do have a Thrain in the party. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yes, go ahead.
We'll just start with top going down. Balthazar, what does your totally unarmed and peaceable fellow look like?
Blonde hair, blue eyes. Clearly speaks with a Sire accent and mannerisms. Looks like he's wearing standard adventuring exploration clothes, so it's more made for this humid hellscape. And
Yeah.
has a nice ring on and a belt. It seems to not carry a weapon on him.
Cool.
I saw him use a weapon, didn't I?
His
he has like
if
giant punchy force fists.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
like
Okay, yeah.
ethereal energy formed around him into the shape of like literally giant arms.
I see.
Um,
Okay.
Ludger, how would you describe? Yeah, Ludger. Jozazo, how would you describe your lizard man?
Okay, you see a not unusually tall for a lizard folk, but still taller than I believe like most people. Uh,
6 foot plus,
lizard,
yeah.
lizard folk of above average build. You know, he's I mean, not sure if you've met many lizard folk, but he's very much like fairly typical, except for the fact that you notice that all of his clothing, and especially his arms and armor, are of like Corvarin like uh like make. His armor is Cyrish, green tinted metal. And his warhammer is not that you would really recognize it because you weren't in the last war. Mercy might, but typical of like a trench hammer that would have been used by Carnafi troops. Uh, he definitely seems like especially as you are from a new place on Corvair, he is very, very interested in basically everything. Because that's probably his most distinguishing feature is he has naturally inquisitive and curious eyes when it comes to anything Corvair.
I am happy to tell you all about how awesome Onder is. We're gonna get along very well, I think.
The problem is, I think like you might actually be the first person to make him like, walk away disinterested when it's like, wait a moment, you talking about the ways of your people? It's just you simping for the queen.
Wait a minute.
There's other stuff.
This is just a Corvair circle.
Yeah, here's about Louis the 14th's court. This is the same as the Aztecs. I I love it. But yeah, that's fair. Mercy, I know like we all have images, but like, is there anything in
Oh
addition
yeah, no,
to the
I'm
image?
gonna go into it.
Okay.
I was just kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
okay, so Mercy 7, uh, Warforged. How familiar is Leo with the Warforged?
In terms of like history or anatomy.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah, I mean he's probably met them before.
Okay. What Mercy seems to have a fondness for brass and copper and grays. Um, her eyes are blue, and depending on how familiar you are with like when certain models were made, you can kind of guess that she might have been a late war model just because she doesn't have like a mouth, which earlier Warforged models were. So she might be um, just kind of created when they were desperate for numbers towards the end. Um, and yeah, just like slightly unsettling intensity as she's just staring at you as you're prattling on and on about everything. Um, uh, her armor in Warforged fashion is kind of like incorporated into her own body now. She has a few different weapons, most notably a halberd, which you saw her using earlier against one of the tentacles. But May's at her hip, dagger kind of like sheathed behind her lower back. And yeah, just pretty standard 6 foot even, 350 pounds. Yeah.
I don't remember. Do you have open symbols of Duldorn or is that the war one? I'm trying to remember. The
Doldorn and
sovereign
I think
host.
it
Dolar are
is
both
Doldorn.
war,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, symbols affiliated
Gotta
with
write that down.
the god of like honorable combat in war.
A
Yeah.
member of the sovereign host.
Yep, yep.
Yes. And yeah, she is wearing vestments over her armor, like not like a tunic, but like a surcoat over her armor, and a holy symbol of Christmas. I know that I got to write it down on my character sheet because I know that it's in conversation with you, Sam, previous. But yeah, I will scroll through our conversations and
I
find that
am
out and actually put it on my character sheet.
I believe it is Duldorn. Yep. Sovereign of strength and steel, patron of the ordinary soldier, represents bravery, strength, skill at arms, and aids those who wield weapons.
Okay.
So a priestess of the nine sovereigns, or sovereign host, as
Yeah.
they call it. Let
Gotcha.
me put that right here for ease of grab and spelling. There you go.
Awesome. Yeah, so she's still staring at you intently. She just goes, "Greetings, friend Leo. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You were of good assistance in fighting that giant creature."
He'll give a very like respectful like bow of the head, and he'll say, "Oh, of course, and the feeling is reciprocated. You were very sturdy under pressure. It was admirable that you were able to so clearly assess the situation, and while being constrained by that foul beast."
"I have experienced much worse on the field of battle."
I believe you.
And how does our gallant Templar look?
So, Purser is only a few years older than Leo. I think he's 24 or 25 right now, depending on exactly how much time has passed.
About a year. Well,
Yeah.
almost 2 years since you got here. Yeah, so 20. Yeah, you're getting there.
So he's 5'10", and he has like really easygoing Mediterranean looks with like tan skin and dark hair. He has that attitude of knowing that he's smarter than you are, and it really comes off a lot of the time, as you'll get to know.
Mhm.
But he's polite and efficient. He's decked out in the traditional uniform of the Templars, which is a heavy, like navy blue coat worn over his armor. He keeps it like buttoned up to his throat most of the time, but whenever you can see his neck, you can see like the top of the dragon mark poking out. And yeah, he's a wizard.
So
I did
goddamn
notice
hot
that
to
in
wear
the
that.
character art, he's smiling, and he doesn't like no character that you play ever seems like they're smiling.
It's like a cocky smirk smile, not like happiness
He
smile.
just got a chance to correct someone about something. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
He actually got his dopamine for the month.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
He's got a amulet hanging around his neck with the silver arrowhead of the silver flame hanging from it. It is on fire, although he doesn't seem to mind. And every so often he likes to just fiddle with a little bit of fire, like toss some flame in his hand, just to pass the time sometimes.
But
Right on.
that is the McKay adventures, and they prefer if you say McKay. And
They do, I don't.
you were the one who came up with the name. They just embraced it. Um, but yeah, so that's basically the group. Um, but yeah, as you sail, Purser, your acolyte, comes out and gives a very leery look towards the new person, and I just realized I never had given you her image. I will put
Ah,
up. Um, uh, Purser is of sufficient. Technically, he's like his rank is the equivalent of like a bishop, so he's pretty ranked. Um,
it's a
Mishann.
technicality because the church doesn't have a big presence in Mishann.
Let's see here.
Also, as we get underway, apart from that, I'm gonna take Leo down to like my spot down in the lower decks and crack open the nice bottle of Windshire Red I've been saving. It's a nice Ondarin rainbow wine.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks very like relieved, and he'll like, if you don't interrupt him, he's going to start like listing off like the history of the wine and just like how interesting it is that they came to make it and why it's such an important export. But you can see it like means a lot to him to reminisce about it because it relieves some of his like homesickness that he's already feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very fair. This is probably a full-on. You've got to lick the marble as far as level of enjoyment, but yeah.
Yeah, Purser's kind of the smile and nod kind of conversationalist. If he doesn't actually
Yeah.
have anything to say, he'll just let you say stupid things on your own.
For
Oh, 1 second.
for her part, I will say like it wasn't a problem, and it's still not really a problem. But Purser, it's up to you how you react to this. But Morgania does tend to make a habit of going around and like she doesn't say anything to the McKay group because she kind of like purses her lips and knows not to like actively try and scold, say, Mercy or Balthazar about like have you given your devotions today? But she does go around and well, it's not quite harassment, but she does like pester a lot of the sailors about about like you know so I see you have a I see you're wearing a symbol of the silver flame. When was the last time you visited the church back in Mishan? That type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, not a super aggressive, but pestering.
Yeah. I'll step in if she gets too pushy, but I need to give her that room to explore and understand outside the monastery.
Yeah.
I didn't see you at temple last Sunday.
Yeah, that same energy and like most of the sailors just like are pretty kindly ignore it. Um, and some of them are just like chuckle and make a comment about, I'm praying to whatever keeps this thing afloat, and they'll like make like a warding gesture of the devourer or something, which goes over interestingly. She doesn't quite start shrieking, but that is just a look of horror. Um, but yeah, as by and large, there aren't any riots or mutinies as you guys continue sailing along. It's not a particularly long trip, about little over between 2 and 3 weeks. But kind of jumping forward to 10 days after you've left dock in Mishan, Sardodusk Island comes into sight. Um, it's about 27 miles long, 15 miles wide. Its skyline is dominated by steep mountains in the center and some oddly sort of standalone. What's the term? Like the mountains in China where they're almost pillars.
Hmm.
I can't remember the term, but there's like two of those on the western coast. Brilliantly green, the island has the same lush tropical beauty that the island chain that you're sort of from has to it, which I'm sure is welcome news for especially purser, nice and warm. You kind of you need to sail around the island twice before you see any signs of habitation. And you do, if nothing else, it's worth stopping with a crew this large. You're gonna want to get fresh water somewhere, and it on the off chance you could find a proper port, you could have somebody go through and do some repairing magics that might help. It's
At least scrape it all off if we can.
yeah, like do besides the day-to-day maintenance that the crew does, swabbing the decks and such, like actually scrub the sides of it, just really get all that gunk off because the ship isn't doing bad, but you probably don't want to leave that on there too long. But you don't see like a proper harbor, sadly. But you do see near the southern tip of the island is a small cove with a river coming out of the jungle and running out into the sea. Let me put you guys on Sorrowdusk Island map. First, let me
Alright.
copy your little thing here.
Yeah, it should do wonderfully. I just can't wait to get some solid dirt under my boots again.
Paste. There we go. Oh, look at that. That worked out. It's very primitive. It's very
Do you
basic.
want us to city build here too?
You can. It's a game about choice. It's what you want to do. But on the beach, like next to this river going out, there are about a dozen, less than a dozen now. A lot of them look destroyed. Wood and stone buildings. They're crudely made, and it looks like they've been they're more along the lines of long houses than anything else, or maybe barracks or something. But the remaining ones look pretty solid, at least from this distance. Like most settlements you've seen back on the main island, there are fortifications that surround the buildings, simplistic versions of what an Ondaran would call cheval de frise, which are basically like wooden
Please don't make
stakes.
me ever say that. I'm gonna have to refer to it, but I don't
I
want.
mean, it's not like I pronounced it properly. You're fine. What's strange is that they're mostly facing outwards towards the sea and look to be partially covered. Uh, which, for reference, let me grab an image here. Just so. There we go. Yeah. Image. And under Mishann images. Game images. So basically these. Primitive, not that primitive, but definitely basic, like keeps people from going in quickly. But they're
Gotcha.
mostly facing out towards the sea. You can even see several people on the beach from this distance, or at least humanoids. I suppose that doesn't necessarily mean people in Eberron.
So
Well,
this isn't like I thought this was just like abandoned structures.
It
But
looked
there's
like
actually
it's
like
in bad shape, but it's not abandoned, or if
okay.
there's people there.
And just to clarify, this is a couple days later, right? So we would have been long rested by now.
Oh, absolutely. This is like 3-4 days
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You've had time to mill about on the ship and talk to people a bit more, at least the ones willing to talk, stuff like that.
yeah. I'll make sure to have comprehend languages up as we're looking for a place to come into shore.
That's a
Just in
fair
case.
habit.
Like if
No,
it's Kuotoa or something weird, I want to be ready.
No, that's very fair.
Where the
We are down here. The little thing.
is there a long rest button?
It's on the right side, above the resource tracking.
Wait, there's a fucking button for it?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Shit. Oh my god, it's right there. Son of a
You gotta ask. You gotta let
I mean, I've
people
just
know.
like there's not so many things that I can't just like okay,
This
hit
and
points
this
back to
manual.
maximum, redo this spell slots and stuff like that. But fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, you'll be able to get more details if you approach. Directing the Riptider as as safely possible without knowing the actual little bay here. It is natural. There's not like it's obvious no one's dredged this. You'll need to go the last leg of the trip on your dinghy if you care to do so. Like I said, this is a good spot to get water, but you could just say don't nope and go and get water elsewhere if you wanted. But this is probably the safest of the little natural bays that you've seen.
Now let's get our barrels loaded up and get to shore. I
I
I
have
need
a
I need to feel the dirt between my toes.
You said under your boots.
Well, yes, metaphorical toes.
I have
Friend
a
you actually beat me to making that point.
I have a quick
Uh,
meta question.
Okay.
Does the game usually have like a mid-game break at any point, or y'all just like power through?
It
We can take
depends.
a 10-minute break if you like. I do sometimes since I cut the time down from 4 hours to three. I haven't done it as much, but I have no issue
Okay.
taking a 10 minute if that is a needed thing.
Yeah, I drink like 7 liters of water a day, so if I run out, I need to like get more quickly.
All right, all right. Well, let's take a 10-minute break then and come back
I'm
in
not
that amount of
demanding
time.
it or anything. Like
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
mute and go get it.
I
But
understand you need to take your 10-minute piss from your fucking gallons of water.
That's yeah. I mean that's basically
Yeah,
what I do too. So
I seen the opening of Austin Powers.
that's basically what I do. So yeah. All right, fair enough. We'll see you guys in 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Ah, key sign of our maturity is new member joins.
Hello, I'm back.
So, out of curiosity, how goes the? I don't know. I have no idea the pacing. How close are you? Do you think fist fighting the Overlord in Wednesday game?
So right now we have to do a boss to defeat like an archfiend or whatever, so that we can get the essence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we did the plan of like I was gonna do the whole like round a bunch of little guys up like Pokemon. Daniel clarified that would not work. You need to get all of it at once. Um, so we had to
Okay.
we have to find a big guy, and I had completely forgotten that there was. I don't know if you were there for it, but basically there's a town. Oh wait, you were because you cut his fingers off.
I'm back.
Urian,
right.
the demon mayor.
Oh, yeah.
We've gone back to his village. We wiped a bunch of his guys. Some humans unfortunately killed themselves in front
It
of
was a
us.
really fun fight.
It was purely vertical, which is cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh man, those are the best. Those are very
Yeah.
rarely done, but they're great.
And now that we've done that, we're going to fight the big bad and get the essence, hopefully. And then I think that's all of the steps. So we just have to do the final battle.
There you go.
We still have to set up the like location, but we've picked one, so it's just like that's mostly a formality, I think.
Boy, did they pick one.
I told them. I was like, this is gonna have some consequences. No one fucking listens to me ever.
So what I gathered is like you're legit thinking of doing it on like the privately owned Disneyland islands run by the
Owned by like
Lyrandar?
Lyrandar? I think it's
Lyrandar?
Lyrandar is
Yep.
the house. Yeah.
Storm
Oh my
home.
god. Oh yeah, well that'll be fun. Holy shit, they're gonna play.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
No one listens.
you're bombing like a private resort / headquarters of the Disneyland Cup. Wow, they're gonna be fucking mad. Woo!
Well, my theory is that after like when we get to prologue or whatever, it'll be like, oh yeah, 20 years down the line, they've started harvesting the essence for like energy.
I mean
And now
that
they're the
too.
problem.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are a pretty
We're
shady house, but
we're
on
we're
top of
giving
that,
them
they're gonna be pissed.
yeah, but we're giving them a Satan battery. Like that's not good. They're gonna
Yeah,
churnable someone. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again.
That. I mean,
Because
hey,
Lyrandar caused the morning, didn't you know?
listen.
I had my
Nobody thinks that.
suspicions when they
Everybody knows Kenneth was involved somehow. Those fucking nerds. Like, I don't care
like
what your
after they gave
explanation
us
is.
we saved one of their like private like big ass boats and one of their like dragon marked people who
Oh
controlled
yeah,
it. And then
a house
they gave
scion
us
and a
like
ship. That's worth the fucking island. Yeah.
but also, no, but I'm saying when we did that, they gave us 2 pennies each.
Well, it was like 100 gold.
Oh wow. Well, nobody ever said they weren't cheapskates.
And so I have like a personal grudge against them in character, but also like
The party here has basically was given a blank check when they sold off the remnants of a like I won't say remnants, but like the wreck of another one of these two ringed ships, where they were just like, we will give you the full cost of a new non-wrecked normal ship for that wreck, but we fucking want it. We want it right now. We're asking now, and if you don't sell it to us, we're probably going to start to try and take it. Like,
what did they
See
do?
that?
they sold it.
They paid us and took it.
Yeah. They dragged it out, and they're currently frantically trying to figure out how to like bind 2 elementals to one ship.
Yeah, they didn't sugarcoat it. That's how diplomacy is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
really feel.
I mean, they weren't like they didn't say we're gonna break it and steal it, but they said we like.
Yeah, it's the implications. They were
Oh,
good
yeah,
at
it's
it.
very
Yeah.
heavily implied.
Yeah, it's the implication. Yeah, it's the implication of
Now,
danger.
obviously,
what
if
about
they
this are
say
you not
no,
getting?
we're not going to take it. But
But they're not going to
They
say
don't
no.
know
No
that.
mercy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, poor Mercy is so spanking. Oh wait, no, she wasn't there for that, was she?
No.
I think she joined
Oh
like
no, you had
right.
just arrived. You got
Yeah.
there just in time to see the town on fire as the Sulatar attacked.
hmm
Yeah, and then I walked off the boat and then like walked ashore and started beating brains, and it was great. Hello, I am Mercy 7.
You
I
guys
have
bullied the shit out
PTSD.
of like. I didn't feel bad about it. I designed him. I knew you were gonna bully that, but you like that boss. I legit felt bad for him by the end of that one. It was like,
That was insane.
He deserved it.
I mean, yes, but still, that one
The
was like,
funniest part about that is like Ludger went out of his way to create like a new mythos on how he actually went down, where everyone tell the reality of what happened to the poor bastard.
yeah. So his son doesn't swear like endless blood oaths against you fuckers. No, he died bravely. He definitely didn't die after we stun locked him and drowned him in a pool of his own blood. No, that's totally not what happened.
Well, otherwise, like our great grandchildren would have people coming for them over what we did.
Oh,
Nothing
absolutely.
to worry about.
Not a problem. Well, no, actually, I was just about to say not a problem for Mercy, but she'll still probably be around at that point.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
We don't really know how
I
long
am getting
Warforged
tired
live.
of you people keep approaching me as Jesus.
Wait, what do you mean, you people?
No. I'm just saying Drow. What do you mean, Drow? No,
Just
I just
remember,
mean.
just remember, you guys are allowed to say clanka, not clanker. Clanker is
Yeah, that's
It's
your
our
word.
word.
I know. Oh, I
Yep.
know.
What do you
Yeah.
mean they can say clanka? That's not their word either.
No, that's shit. Mercy gave him the pass. It's fine.
yeah. She
But
loves
so all right, welcome back, everybody.
Oh
Please
fuck! This
cut
is
that out
going
of the
on
video.
YouTube.
I don't want
No, I never. I don't edit
Fuck
anything.
no. Welcome to the party.
Listen, I'm the only fucking like. This is probably going to be used as evidence someday, but outside of that, no one's
Yeah.
listening to this shit.
I listen to it.
You. But yeah, we have. So if you guys are willing to like jump into this basically glorified rowboat along with probably some of your crew to like do the actual hauling work, you can.
I'll fly, but yeah.
Okay.
How does
It's
the
still
water look?
extra.
I mean, actually, it gets shallow pretty quickly. Relatively speaking, like you can see reefs, coral reefs and stuff like as you're going in. It seems like there's a this close to shore. There's pretty elaborate reef system. That's a big. Besides how shallow it is, that's a big part of why you didn't want to bring the ship in.
In that case, I think Jotazo will go for a nice swim at helping push the boat as like gets closer to shore.
Okay.
Or
I know
Dini or whatever.
this isn't the first time you've done it, but you do remember this time to like carefully tie up the glorious cape that comes with your armor before hopping in, because it was really not like, in addition to being in heavy steel armor, the cape was really not the swimming. But yeah, with the power of indifferent flight and lizard folk pushing, your your smaller ship splashes into the water and starts heading heading for shore. Where are we here?
I gotta.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. As you do that, Jotazo, you're the first one to notice, given your status of being in the water. There are other shapes with you, pretty sizable ones. They look vaguely humanoid for the most part, but it's not real comforting when they surface to get a better look at you and your boat. Most of them
Hey,
have. Yeah.
quick lore question. What's the name of those fish people that Tane didn't like? They eat babies.
Sahwagan.
Yeah.
Sahagwin. Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up because
Yeah, just putting money on the table.
well, it's not just them. It's
I'm not
most of
saying they're baby eaters, but
oh no, Tane would say they're babies.
That's
Well,
the only thing I know about them.
yeah, it's the one thing they're known for.
most of the faces that come up have clearly aquatic features of fish or cephalopods in some cases. it's hard to read any expressions, but they are calling out to you guys in various languages. One of which is Aquan, a dialect of Primordial. But for those of you who preemptively cast comprehend languages, Mercer, you
Yes.
can swoop over them and um, understand them and direct it to the party.
Behold, your god.
Yeah,
I
that's
beheld Satan as he fell from heaven.
yeah, yeah, that's they would be confused. But we will say Bemi is with you and can provide translation for Primordial.
Hmm.
It's so that there is a back and forth. It's constantly he has to constantly like basically put his hand over the mirror and like spit it out, but what between being on the phone with Mima, he can act as a translator. Um so
Hang on,
see
Mima. Let me put you on speaker for a moment.
Oh, that'd be a
yeah,
terrible idea.
everybody scatters. Yeah, you guys just oh hey boy, it's easy to go to the village now. They all fucking ran. Um but they all seem to be yelling out roughly the same question, which is, do you serve Queen Lanteria?
Okay, here we go.
What was that?
Dude,
The name of that queen of yours, Metro?
not that. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce her name, to be honest.
Orla.
Orla, okay. Yeah, I've been saying Orala, but
Yeah, I'll stop hovering and listen to the questions that they're asking, and
You're not asking a lot of questions other than that, and they look nervous asking it.
do I have any like lore inclination as to like who that is?
She
I mean,
is the queen who just took over the waters, right? We just killed her Sharkin.
Mhm.
Is
yeah,
that who
that
that is?
was like in character for specifically Medi, you in character you heard that was like basically the tax collector showed up and said, you know, they represented the dread queen of all the waters, um, Lenturia, and then the party promptly shot the tax collector. But um, the
He had it coming.
yeah, so that's basically who sent the undead monstrosity. Um, so yeah, and the rest of
We
you
quite
are
emphatically do not.
okay. Yeah, I'm imagining this coming from you, going into Bemi's ears, being translated into his variant of primordial, which has to sound so fucking Cajun. And then they
It's
pick it
Cajun
up.
and dry.
Yeah, yeah. So they're like, there's three accents that they're dealing with, but when that's communicated properly, um, a wave of conversation in at least three different languages breaks out amongst the, you know, the folk and the aquatic folk in the water around you. The snippets you know overhear in Aquan or just in any of the languages, in Persia's case, seems to be them arguing about who should go get the bosses before a couple of them swim up beside the boat next to you, Jotazo, and seem to be willing to help you push it towards the shore.
Ah,
I accept her help, but like my reptilian hand is ready to go for the hammer if fun stuff starts happening.
Yeah,
Benefits of being a monk. I'm always arms, and you never know it.
yeah, exactly.
No, you're not,
What-
because you have to do the stupid spend a turn summoning your
It's a bonus action.
stand.
It's a
Anyways,
bonus. It's a bonus action.
let me put up character. Roughly, these are roughly what the various groups in the water look like around you.
what would I know about them? Like, you know, because I've studied a lot of history and stuff like that through a biased lens, admittedly.
No,
But
no,
like,
they like so there is a Sahagwin realm known um in
the Thunder
Korover.
Sea, the
Y-
southern coast.
Yeah, the Eternal Dominion, and like you know they worship the Devourer. You know that they're very protective about like ships that go through their territory. They get pissy about like you have to pay basically a tax. But you know they're just kind of weird foreigners, and there's like a mutual disinterest on both sides.
Okay. So I don't have a lot of like negative connotations attached to them.
Beyond
Mhm.
their like not human and their fish people.
I'm not a
It's the-
racist, Sam.
It's the kind of borders where like the people on either side literally can't colonize, so it's about
Right.
as good a relationship as you can expect.
Yeah,
Also,
and
this last one with like the dog is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, I love him.
that's a
He's-
Lola
A
Camp.
look, a Lokatha. They're weird.
Lakatha, yeah,
they're
Lakatha.
they're just he's a little guy.
Right.
I love
Um,
him.
yeah, they're
It's probably a mass murderer.
no, they are relatively innocent, but as kind
They're
of a
like
result,
they're like the kobolds of the undersea world.
Gotcha.
they don't tend to come out on top. But anyways, those are the various peoples you see in the waters around you. Um, And now that they're closer, you guys can see all the folk in the water are armed, usually with spears or tridents. A few have some makeshift armor crafted from stone, shells, bone, and the occasional bit of metal or something like it. Most of their clothing seems to be woven from something that looks vaguely like uh, plant or leather. It's kind of hard to tell. It's weird looking. Um, but yeah, coming up to the shore, you're greeted by a small crowd of surprising variety, given Sorrowdusk's size and isolation. Once again, there are a few. Uh, his one sec here. I actually wrote down a pronunciation so I wouldn't butcher
Yeah.
it the first time I say it. Where is it here? NPC list. Go down to it. Sekelias. There we go.
Ah.
There we go. Yes, yes. Anyways, those are the squid or octopus looking folk. A fair number of Sahagwin who share some commonalities between sharks or at least predatory fish and people. And about half of the crowd are the shorter fish folk that the more worldly of you guys recognize as how'd you say it, Dan?
Lokatha.
Lokatha. There we go.
It's a dumb word.
Yeah, here I'll put the word above each one. Uh, and And the Hogwin. I don't know why I can fucking say that one, but whatever.
Oh, it's actually
Familiarity.
Lokatha.
There you go. Hello. But
Look a fall.
Uh,
well,
all right.
now
Well,
we'll all
Sam, it's been a
remember it.
great run.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So, they the Lokatha seem to be about the size of dwarves, with squat and sturdy forms compared to the thin Sekelias and the hulking and tall Sahagwin. Um, And the weirdest part of this image is towering above all of it are several ogres in simple loincloth and paints. Most of them are dimly watching the crowd while scratching their heads or
They
sitting
didn't
down
come
in the
out of the
sand.
water with the rest, did they?
They did not.
Oh,
They
okay, just
they
wanted to clarify that.
they were
that'd
the
be horrifying.
ones they were the ones you saw from the ship when you were looking. Like, you figured maybe the distance was doing something to scale,
These
but
cows are small and these ones are far away.
yeah, like that level of thing. By Poa's just reasoning, it's like, yeah, they're far away type thing. Um, but yeah, so they're kind of sitting. They're not quite all sitting around, but definitely watching over things with mild curiosity. A lot of them just eating from barrels of fish. Just not in any way really prepared, just chewing and watching. Um, but
Fascinating.
as you guys disembark, uh, I'm assuming you don't all just be like, nope, turn around. But if you're willing to get onto this beach and deal with these people, uh,
Yeah, I have no beef
Yeah.
with any of these.
Yeah.
Yet.
four people break off and come to speak with you. Um, I just realized, let me put up the local ogre variant. Images, creatures, giants, ogres. There we go.
Creatures, giants, ogres. Oh my.
Indeed. They're not all that different than normal ogres. They're just big folks.
Sorrow dust, you say?
Indeed. Uh, but yeah, of the four that come, there's a stern-looking Sicilian man, or Sicilius. Yeah, I'll say Sicilian. I like that.
Sicilian man?
Yeah, there's a Sahagwin, whose expression hasn't changed, as far as you can tell, since you first saw him. Uh, Lo- Lolocantha with orange scales that reminds you of a goldfish, and a higher pitched voice that makes you think of this person as a female. She's quietly translating what the others are saying, um, or at least she'll translate anything you guys say into giant for the ogre
What
behind
language
her.
do they speak?
You're not sure. There seems to be like it's kind of a patois thing going, but the most common language you're hearing is Aquan. That seems to be the shared one.
Okay.
Um,
Are the
and
Sicilians capable of standing like on dry land? Or I don't remember how that works.
they are actually. Yeah,
Okay.
Your
uh,
people walk. Just I'm not sure.
Well, they have tentacles for legs. I
well,
wasn't
yes.
sure like what their deal was.
Well, my mind is instantly just going like, "Hey, look what Sam. Are Sicilians capable of standing on dry land?"
listen. I'm not saying that. We're veering away from that embankment on the road. All right. But yeah, the last one behind them is an ogre male who's pretty easy to tell apart, since he's the only one of his kind wearing armor, and his club is covered with spiked metal bands. If nothing else, he looks more important. Um, and where is it here? Okay. Uh, the Cecilia man speaks in Aquan, seemingly like probably as an attempt to speak the common language for you guys, or just you probably understand that. And says, "Welcome to Osad. I am Kelben, chief strategist here. This is Koyeth, our mage." He indicates the Sahagwin, who like doesn't give any sign of greeting, just keeps staring at you guys with like a 1,000-yard stare. He points two of his tentacles to the Lolacantha and the ogre. And these are Lumit and Kuba, our priestess and best warrior, respectively. Who are you and why are you here? I will put up images.
I'll immediately sort of give a very like respectful formal bow, not as deep as the kneel that he gave to the party, but still very um trying to appear as respectful as possible, as to not offend. And he'll just say, "Ahoy! We are the MKA. We have docked in pursuit of fresh water and potentially to prepare our ship on our voyage, and uh, we were certainly not expecting to come upon your group. We apologize if we are trespassing upon your land
And see.
and sea."
Thank you for sharing. It's like here and the last.
And then we'll make some personal introductions as well, or at least Purser will.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair. Just go, do a quick round robin type thing.
Oh, I do have a quick question that I've been wondering about, and even I don't know the answer to this.
Okay.
Does Purser know of an underwater equivalent to the Silver Flame?
He doesn't know of one. That's what I'll say
Okay.
on that. And you certainly haven't heard of it. Like you pretty much have as much knowledge as I'm trying to one sec.
I mean,
Leo's character, as Leo would have as far as this, where it's like
Hmm.
the main underwater civilizations you know of are the Eternal Dominion, and you've heard of something about like the elves do something there, but um, and the elves are filthy heretics who don't do silver flame stuff, and the Dominion worships the Devourer, so pretty flat no there. So if there is an equivalent, you haven't heard of it.
Fair enough.
I mean, given that like water, flame basically almost never happens underwater without magic shenanigans.
Well, yeah, they're not going to worship it as fire. It's going to be something else.
Yeah, it could be. The flame part is just representative of like divine light, so that's. But regardless,
The sacred algae, which they worship.
or vent or something volcanic.
Yeah, it's just about to say
There's
they
a
do have
number of
thermal vents.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's different ways they could interpret it, but not to your knowledge, person.
Okie
But
dokie.
at that answer, they kind of like look back and forth, and Kelvin
I'll bear back.
nods. Yep. He says, "We have had dryland folk stop by our island before for trade. Usually that is the business of Koyeth and Lumit. Unfortunately, Assad is currently under attack from the new queen of the waters to the south. Every night for several days now, Queen Lantaria has sent her undead forces against our defenses. It was bad enough when King Exodora ruled, but with his forces pushed back to capital city, we have an enemy who wants more than bloodshed. Lantaria intends to take the island, and her forces do not tire. The last 3 nights they've sent more and more to attack. We barely survived last wave," as he gestures toward, like, now that you're on the beach, you can see that their defenses are basically blunted with just like undead sea folk corpses just kind of stuck against it, like they were rammed
Yeah.
into it or they're just pushing up against.
It's almost like they've kind of been like out of desperation, like MacGyvering their defense line back up, like just trying to piece
Yeah,
together whatever they
where they
can.
can. It's pretty ragged at this point. You see a lot of the like they almost look like little forts have been trashed. It's I have sent scouts and found enemy camp. They still number about 100. Given they've already lost 60, hopefully we will be safe if we can destroy the force. They come at night mostly, but our trade
If
is
we assist,
limited.
if we assist with you fighting off these raiders, will you help us repair our ship?
Yeah, he looks surprised at the offer. Like at least Kelben has human enough features that it's clear kind of a look of surprise that you'd offer. But
Purser's
he
100% for it.
yeah, he glances to the rest. Nobody voices any objections.
Does
Yes.
To kill those assholes who knew he took our ship down. Hell yeah.
Looking at their faces and kind of surveying like reactions and expressions, can I register any like distrust of us? Like, oh, these dirty like landlubbers come out here and like any of that energy?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Not my strongest ability.
Fine.
We'll see how it goes.
Hard to tell. You find yourself focusing heavily on Corlith, who has a like his expression is like completely alien to you. It's just that is maybe he's just not expressive by his people standards, or maybe it's you just can't get past the fact that he's got a shark face, basically. Like that is
Gotcha.
awful to look at, and especially like you just find yourself idly wondering, like, God, I hope they don't have mirrors here. And that
I
distracts
don't
you.
think that does.
I feel like anybody who casually flops their hair back when they come out of the water. No, no. It's up to you what actually distracts you. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, yeah. The face is that part's perfectly fine. I'm just not like I hope that he loves himself.
Maybe he's ornery because he's got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Yeah.
Could be. Femi's not here, so he couldn't say it, but that's a fair thought. Yeah, they seem they're definitely not going to turn down help. Like
Right.
you can tell coming out of the water, they do not have 100 like fighting people left. Um, they do have a couple ogres, but yeah, their numbers are not sufficient to hold off like 100 undead monsters.
I'll
Um, you,
uh I'll sort of try to like reassure some of them. Like Leo is unsure of how much of our exploits um like the party is comfortable sharing with strangers, so he'll try to be vague, but he'll basically just say, rest assured, my good fellows, me and my band of merry adventurers have felled much larger giants and undead abominations in our time, and will certainly come out victorious in your name."
there's a lot of like blinking, like fish blinking at that. But um, what language do you say it in?
It's common.
Okay, yeah, then
Translated
there's a
through.
lot of slow fish blinking and a
Yeah.
couple. Yep, you must have comforted them, you figure.
Yeah, one day, my new goal, because I know that you're about like wish fulfillment. My new goal is one day Leo is gonna meet someone who's about this energy, and we're
They might
we're
be
gonna.
about the energy. They didn't understand anything you just said. Like,
Yeah, no, we'll
not a
get there.
word.
We'll get there. We will together. We're gonna build upon this, and someone's gonna be down with it.
Speak
Cause
slower
my
and louder. That's usually the best way to communicate with somebody who doesn't speak English.
that sounds
Do
deeply
you speak
condescending.
English? Yeah.
I want to talk to the colonel.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. All right. Well, but yeah, they with you speaking to the crowd and um they're definitely not going to turn it down. And so of the people here, Kelben for his part is mostly going to want to try and like talk tactics with the party, and he literally doesn't care who you are, what your names. This is like a reprieve from an execution. So he's just trying to find out what you can do and like get a feel for it. Um, for her part, Lumit listens and is it's mentioned that she and her people know the history of the island more than anybody else. She's happy to help, heal if anybody needs it. Um, Kuba is friendly, but he mostly just follows Kelvin around, and he seems worried because Kelvin's worried. Um, doesn't not a lot of deep thoughts swimming in there in that head.
Is he like
Uh,
Ogren coded?
yes, very much so.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
Ah.
and Koith, for his part, the Sahagwin just listens and seems to be the only one who understood what you were saying in common. Like he actually seems to speak common. So
All right.
that's welcome.
So head up north, kill some necromancer guys, and go home.
Well, the necromancers are coming from the ocean, and that's the thing. They do ask you guys. Kelben would prefer to like stop this attack on the beach, but he is willing to explain to you. There's like with your help, and you guys know your abilities more than they do. They could force the fight in at least 4 different places. Um, you could have the fight on the beach here, where there's sort of a defensive line. Out in the water, he'll point out where the uh, like a lot of that's where the aquatic peoples have most of their homes built in the among the reef out here. These are swarms of 10, so they're not like one giant one, it's just a swarm. Um, and here these are basically little, very very primitive forts. that the ogres kind of fall back on. He will say part of why they held out and part of how this settlement has held out in the past, given that it's uh, made up of refugees from both the Kraken Kings and the Dominion, is it's relied on its ogre defenders, who they happily feed in exchange for basically any time the fights spill onto the land. It's very hard for aquatic peoples to fend off like 20 ogres with clubs beating the shit out of them. The the ogres can't swim at all, but they literally I always view it in the same category as like gorillas. Their muscle density is literally too thick, is like too strong for them to float even. Um, but they
But if you
are,
have to go where the ogres don't have to swim.
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how they've gotten along this far. Um, both the Dominion didn't seem to think it was worth like actively coming here and wiping them out, and they didn't want to provoke the Kraken King who used to rule the seas to the south. Apparently, this island and the people on it are in something of a no man's land between two realms. Um, so it's just sort of I guess, sort of an outlaw settlement as much as anything else, a mixture of like outlaws and just people who fled from both nations or realms. Um, so that's why it's so mixed and why there isn't one group like actively completely in charge, as opposed to how it typically goes with the underwater realms. Um, but yeah, he'd prefer to have the fight here, but he would also point out that his scouts could lead you to where the camp, if you want to call it, nest, whatever, of the undead is, if you want to take the fight underwater. Um, he
How deep
would,
is the water at that position?
uh, he would say, I don't know. It's like out here. So it's just deep enough. There's a little bit of surface light that gets down to the bottom, but not much. Um, about that deep. Uh, and he would also suggest, if any of the undead come in, most of them still try to stick to the water just because a lot of them don't have appendages. Like the appendages they have left don't let them move very well on land. So they'll try to stick to the river. You could try and ambush them in the river. And they could also let them go all the way up to the ogre village and have the fight there. Um, but those are the sites that he thinks are viable for actually taking out these invading undead. But he's open to other ideas and happy to go with whatever spot you guys would prefer. Because, like I said, he knows what his forces can do, but he doesn't know what you can do, and he's hoping that it's not all bravado.
Grand Purser, I have an idea.
Yes, Mercy.
Are you able to fly with me? Or carry me in flight?
I can let you fly, yes? What are you thinking?
I am thinking that I have the spell Control Water. And if I can locate their nest, then I can bring hell and destruction upon them for 10 full minutes. I would like to see them try to break out of my vortex.
I
I
don't know if you were
see.
like trying to change your voice or like you were
Yeah,
yawning, but
yeah,
it sounds like you were turning into Shodan.
yeah.
No, yeah, that's
Vortex.
intentional.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever Mercy has like bad thoughts, I try to do the voice change. It's kind of like I did a couple of sessions ago with the whole like, is it time to break arms, friend purser?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Slipping back into the old programming.
That was
Um,
the first mercy moment that I saw in the VODs was, Friend Purser, I can assist in the bone breaking in their hands.
yeah, that's
Look at you, hacker.
It's been downhill from there.
Does
yeah, go ahead.
like when Mercy when Mercy does that, is there like any visual indicator of a change? Like, do her eyes glow red or anything like that, or like an
Um,
act like someone said the activation word level basically?
so I don't think that her eyes change color, but her head does this weird, like, slow tilt to the side, and like just
Gotcha. Yeah.
like her body language changes without moving too much, but suddenly it just seems like she's like larger in stature than she was before.
Gotcha. I also really like that wording. When she gets bad thoughts, I break the bones in the hands, and the bad thoughts go away.
She has so much PTSD.
Same.
It's character. Um, but I will say that while he doesn't disagree with the concept, um, Koith speaks for like not quite the first time, but first time he speaks without answering. Um, the Sahagwin says in surprisingly good common that I believe they do have. I don't know if they're proper casters, but they have those capable of magic in their group. Uh, I wouldn't rely on any one spell too much.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
I stepped out for a moment and didn't hear what the actual like problem was. I just heard
Oh,
Raiders and Mercy saying, "We'll help you if you fix our boat."
Mm,
yeah.
okay.
So, what Mercy is suggesting? Oh, wait. What the?
So to
What is he
There's a
reiterate
horde
the
of undead
yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, the new queen in the south, who's taken control of almost all of the seas around your islands. She is not tolerating this little community in the same way that the previous ruler did.
Mhm.
Apparently, he would send forces in, but pretty much just as an excuse for violence.
Yeah, I
These
gathered that much from
ones,
context. I just didn't hear what the like actual monsters were.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
they just said undead. They didn't go
Yep.
into a lot of detail. Yep,
And apparently some of them are casters.
or at
And there's
least
like
capable
100
of
of them.
magic. Yep,
Yeah.
there's about 100 of them. But you guys, here's the thing: like you have forces of your own. You're not going to have to personally wade through 100. But that's what the remaining defenders will help you with. It's just a matter of how you want to like tactically position stuff. So, which one of the four sites suggested, or if you can come up with something different, I'm fine with it. But they suggest four spots to fight these undead. You could take the fight to them out in the water. You could let them kind of uh, come in and fight in the bay. You could fight them in the river or in the ogre village.
Yeah, I think the
Hundreds of
choke
Mercy.
point of
miles
the
upriver.
river is the way we should go.
Sounds good to me.
Most of us aren't capable of sustained aquatic combat.
Yeah, that bubble
Um.
thing.
I'm not saying that just because every enemy becomes resistant to my only damage type, but it's a big part of it.
Maybe you should take elemental adept.
At next level, I turn all my fire damage into radiant. I don't need it.
Ah, that'll do.
Just have to live long enough to get there.
Mhm. It's been rough fighting a lot of fire resistant drow.
You've got like
Yeah.
arrows through your knees, and you're just like almost there. Soon.
Yeah, I actually feel a little bad about it because it's like a
Like I
whole
said, I
arc.
knew it going in.
Yeah, a whole arc of fighting Sulitar who are like hide to fire. They basically have tiefling resistance to fire. Um, but
Oh no, a swarm of hellhounds and fire giants are Sam, go
fuck
fuck
you.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
A colossal fire elemental appears behind you.
Okay. So Mercy would go into a bit more detail. She's not saying that like the vortex would be the thing that would end the fight, but it's a great way to open up. If from 300 feet away, I just pop a vortex over their nest and hammer it for 10 minutes, return to shore, and wait for.
Yeah, assuming it doesn't get
Uh,
dispelled is basically what he's warning about. Like they do have they are capable of that level of magic. That's why, because he's apparently a caster himself. Like he demonstrates lightning kind of arcs around his fingers. Some of his better efforts weren't completely negated. They help, but dropping a spell and letting it sit for a while probably isn't an auto win because it's just not going to last. But
Oh, of course.
it is a good opening thing. He's not arguing about that. It's just it's
Okay.
not going to last the 10 minutes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, actually, that'd be a great marker. Drop the spell, and then when it gets dispelled, then it's like, okay, well, we know that they're responding, and go back for phase 2.
Okay.
Jotaso also favors the beach idea. He thinks that's where we have the most tactical flexibility. Uh, you know, especially that's where uh, he would think along the lines of like maybe pull some of the squishier fish people back as a reserve, but have the ogres like act as like a defensive flank for us while we just like mollywop everything that comes out of the water. While
Okay.
and he would also point out to Mercy, we we could use controlled water as they right behind the first wave, so they get cut off and we can destroy them.
That might be a good idea, Francioso. But the issue with that is if they can dispel it after a short amount of time, then it will not be as effective as a deterrent in that manner.
I see, but if you do roll, even if they dispel it very quickly, they will still be thrown into chaos for what time it is, which would allow us to have the most tactical advantage. Especially, I imagine you could do whirlpool to break up the second wave, while the first wave is hit by Wise Purser's fireball.
She does point out that Whirlpool does require water that is 25 feet deep, or else it won't work.
Yeah, that's no problem. Out in the like once you're out of, I mean, even parts of where they build homes in the actual bay here, or it's not even a bay, the little inlet. There are homes out there,
Yeah,
and like,
like
yeah,
all of
definitely
this has
25
got
feet
to
deep.
be at least 25 feet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
It's
I would
yeah.
have a question for the like tactician that we've been speaking to, the like warrior
Okay,
guy.
yeah, Kelvin.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. I basically want to ask him like how advanced, like the undead. I'm assuming are just like brainless, like they're just throwing meat at them. There's the using numbers and mass.
Uh,
But he wants to know like, do they have any like actual military tactics that they're applying?
yeah, he says that while the how would he put it? While the mass while the majority of the flotsam are just that, mindless, um, even amongst the undead that are here, there are cunning cunning minds lurking in those horrible husks of rotting flesh, um, and
So
they direct the rest.
it's mostly jobbers and then like a couple ringleaders mixed in.
It
Seems
seems
like it.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And he will say I know the queen and her forces have been at least adept in tactical thinking in the past. This group doesn't seem as skilled, but that is that is a big part of why um, King Ecuadoria has been pushed back. Is my old home was never a place of tactical thinking. It was all about bloodshed and the glory of uh, wreaking havoc and destruction. This doesn't do well against reasoned thought.
So with that as in mind, Leo will sort of look back to the group and say, well, with that insight in mind, I am a little bit more wary of the applicability of this vortex, you called it. Normally, I would be all for something to disrupt the formation of coming flanks in waves, but they seem to mostly be, I assume, and perhaps Percy, you could give more insight. I'm sure you have experience with it, but would they not just be shambling in disorderly anyway? So while it would still disrupt them, of course, it is not as disorienting, perhaps, as it could potentially be. So I don't personally mind the idea of simply bombarding them at their place of origin and then falling back into position. We don't have to commit to a fight on the water just because we start one there.
Yeah, that's true. You guys could literally you go out, try and whack them, pull back, and then see if they fight here, and then just keep pulling back. You could do that, or pull back to one spot. It's really like I said. I want it to be however you guys want to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's what Mercy was saying. It was basically like
Yeah,
we drop a
defense in
bomb.
depth.
Like I don't think that they're advocating for like actually fighting them over the water, because that like negates half of us. But
Well, it wouldn't be
like,
over the water. It would be in. Like you're gonna have to go deep
yeah.
down in. Yeah.
Well, Mercy was gonna be flying. That was the plan. Like fly over and control water over the base.
Yeah. She would need to be in the water for that to work realistically.
Okay.
Like you can't just. It's not something you can see from the surface. Like you're gonna need
Gotcha.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in any case, Leo like is advocating for that outside of like starting at the beach, even though he wants to actually fight on the beach because he's useless otherwise.
Underwater
But
combat's fun.
but yeah, he doesn't see as much like benefit in using it on the beach, because it's not gonna like they don't have a formation that they're like trying to stick to for military advantage. They're just like shamblers.
And also, if you guys wanted to get the ship involved, you could have the ship like wait offshore and fire at
Oh yeah.
disadvantage, like on the have the one
Mhm.
cannon basically once per round just fire on something.
Yeah.
You have that too.
I don't want that thing firing anywhere near where we're standing.
Yeah, the crit fail element would be really funny in that situation. Yeah, the possibility of like 60 damage just dropping on a friendly is rough.
10% of the time you die.
Yes. Well, it also could go up to, I think it's 70 something is max, but yeah, that's a wallop.
Also, it could just kill me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, it might be less, but usually it rolls pretty well.
So I'm willing to assist Mercy with her plan, but my concern is we're not really going to be able to do a whole lot to aquatic undead. So we
Not
just
not
have to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the vortex, creature caught in the vortex can use this action to try to swim away, blah blah blah. The first time each turn that an object first time on a turn. When a creature enters the vortex for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and is caught in the vortex until the spell ends. So that's kind of like her mentality about it, is if she can drop this in the middle of their nest and pick them all up and just batter them for a little bit, at the very least, you now have wounded enemies coming ashore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, as long as I get what you're saying. It's just a matter of like you don't know how widely spaced out it is for 100, but it could be relatively tight in. They're undead. It's not like they need, certain quality of life. Um, I'll have to actually look at the spell to see. But yeah, we are coming up on the end of session timing. It's about that time. So I'm happy to keep going over stuff, but it might be a good idea to, if you have any big brain ideas or just concepts, type it in Bivouac between sessions, or we could just come back to it next session. But
Yeah.
either way, I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope everyone had fun, and thanks for joining us, Betty. Hopefully, many more sessions.
Yeah.
If you were able to tolerate this one, then all the more power to you.
Yeah, I have fun.
And I will